What's going on, you bunch of degenerates in the chat? As my headphones are all messed up here. What's going on, Chris?
What's going on, my man?
It's the bottom rope. We seem to do this on whatever day we damn well please. I think we should keep it rolling. Keep it rolling.
We're gonna try.
Keep it rolling. Carl, what's going on, Carl? Oso in the chat. Luke Birch loves Pete Dunne. Oh, does he ever? Fuck off by what has happened in London. We'll get into what happened in London. Noah, what's going on? Jesus, Cow, Tyler. The 49ers are getting Hulk Hogan. What's going on, Mr. Obide? Is it Obide? Am I saying that right? I don't know. We are the degenerates. Yes, you are. You guys know you guys are a bunch of degenerates. Oh, boy.
Oh, that was loud. Sorry.
Sorry,
that was my fault.
What is this?
No,
I
was trying to make sure that those were right.
I'll take a look at them.
I just want to make sure.
Obviously, brother, what's going on? But obviously, much love to London and what they got going on right now. Obviously, another tragedy. The chat isn't on the screen.
Where's Jack? He's
Oh
on holiday.
my!
What
It's because I'm slacking again, guys. Hold
I was gonna
on.
make sure. I was trying to figure out if that was me or if that was
No,
you.
that's the
That
damn
moment when
fucking-
you hear the audio and you go berserk looking at your tabs trying to figure out where it's come from.
Where's the? Yeah, I know. Where's the audio coming from? There you go. On the screen now, guys. But obviously, thoughts and prayers go out to. Oh my God! Stop it. Thoughts and prayers are going out to the guys over in London right now.
He's a train wreck tonight, guys. We've been having fun for like the last hour now.
I guess the biggest issue that we're having is Skype. And yes, no, I never fucking called. I never called. Wookie, you killed my obsolete mule. What? All right, Samojo takes 60% of the thumbnail. But obviously, our thoughts and prayers go out to the people in London. Another attack on where is it? You said London Bridge? Yeah, London Bridge Station has been closed.
Yeah, there was two restaurants by the London Bridge that was attacked. One, and there was basically two different restaurants that had knife attacks, where there was about a dozen guys, and they were just running around fucking knifing people. Sorry, I shouldn't curse on there.
Now is ISIS taken up? Have they already been like, it was us?
Yeah, they're trying to take the credit for it right now, but they said that they don't have an official culprit for it yet because they're still doing investigations because it just recently happened. So
right, obviously, I just think it's funny that like anything that happens, they're like, we did it. You guys saved the world from global warming? Yeah, we did it. It was us. That's how I feel that they're doing.
Speaking of global warming. Did you already hear about Trump pulling us out of the Paris Accord?
Yeah, us, Nicaragua, and who else are now out of the Paris Accord?
I don't remember who else.
It was 3 countries. It was us, Nicaragua, and somebody else. There was a third. That have officially pulled out of the Paris Accord, and everybody's all up in arms, I'm sure.
Well, there's a lot of people that support it and think that that's good, and then there's a lot of people that are against it and they're doing the anti-Trump rallies. I swear, people are just looking for an excuse to do the anti-Trump rallies at this point. Oh, I farted. Let's rally.
Yeah, I know. It's come to the ridiculousness. I'm looking at my dick is 2 inches big. It says I wish I was bigger in the scrotum. No, you don't, dude. Take it from a guy who has large nuts. That's not like
TMI, bro. TMI.
Yeah, well, dude, when you have like I've had this issue for years. And I didn't know like you okay, so when you have large nuts, like that's your everyday, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's like literally your everyday, and you don't understand that things are supposed to fit a certain way, and when they don't fit a certain way, you're like, what the fuck? Like, this is bullshit, right? Like, that's kind of your common go-to. Like, this is bullshit. Why doesn't these fit? And then all of a sudden, like, you go to the doctor, and you're like, dude, My junk doesn't fucking fit. Like, I have a real problem with underwear because my junk doesn't, like, and then, like, you chafe down there.
You realize you're gonna lose to all of your advertising on this one, right?
I'm a wrestling channel. I've already lost all my advertising. I don't care anymore. I'm gonna say what I want. Say what I want and mean what I say. But when you're like, dude, like, how can I stop this from happening? Because when your scrotum gets all chafy and it's no bueno, you know what I mean?
This is TMI, bro.
It's not fun. And then when you find out, well, when the doctor comes to you and tells you, well, you do have irregularly large testicles, you're like, what? Like, these are the ones I was born with. I've had them all my life. Like, what do you mean irregularly large? And then the first thing that comes to your mind, am I gonna die? Like, you know. Yeah, we're talking about my irregularly large testicles.
See, at least Kawao, however you say his name, is trying to stay on the subject here. He's trying to talk about the wrestling.
Vince McMahon likes big sweaty man. Well, this is the bottom rope. We can talk about whatever we want. I just decided to go into some. We decided to go into wrestling because that's kind of like the way we're headed, I guess.
So we went from talking about tragedies to big fat balls. I don't know how, but this is you, so I'm not too surprised.
Yeah, see, Noah knows what's up. He got camp rash, except that's me like every day. Like, I gotta buy the next size up in underwear.
Oh, Luke actually just let us know Syria is the third country that pulled out of the Paris
that won't join the Paris Accord?
Yep.
Oh, well. Shocker, Syria. Has Russia pulled out yet?
I don't even know. I haven't checked that much yet.
Who is not? John, you want to check that out? Who's not a part of the Paris Accord?
Luke, your new name is John now.
Yeah,
man, so
we need a Luke. Nicaragua has not joined the Paris Accord. I know we haven't. I knew Nicaragua didn't. That's not helpful at all. Thanks a lot, Google. Big pile of poop. I know like every country in the world's on board except like all the big ones.
And speaking of that, did you hear the speech that the leader of France gave, where he said if there's any Americans that are disappointed in Trump's decision, they can come to France, be a French citizen
for free?
Yeah.
Well,
he's inviting all Americans that are upset with Trump to come and become a citizen of France.
See, and you know, to be like, I wasn't happy with either of my options when I went to the voting booth. I wasn't. It's just when you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. You know what I mean? You're just like, oh, what do I do? You know, I don't know. Don't ask me. I still find it hilarious that people are up in arms. What Kathy Griffith did is horrible. It's terrible. And these are
to be honest, like, yeah, it was fucked up what she did, but it's not that big of a deal that everyone else is making it out to be.
But she's a comedian.
That's like way too far, though.
But her job is to push that social envelope.
Yeah, which is true, but she obviously pushed it too far. Now, granted, I don't agree with everyone flipping their lids and saying it's treason. She's threatening violence and
right, like it's not treason, and you're allowed to be offended. It's okay to be offended, people, but you don't need to like come out in droves and be like, I am offended. How dare her? Just
yeah, but you gotta remember that this generation looks for every tiny little freaking thing to get offended about and start protest about.
Well, and why do we gotta protest fucking everything? What, honey? What can I do for you over there while you're sitting on the toilet? What's up? Do you want to get on mic? I got a microphone right here ready and waiting for you.
Oh, it's actually
I have
an
asshole, yes.
I do.
What's up?
Are you like in range of the bathroom or something? Like, can you see into the bathroom from where you're sitting?
Yes, the bathroom is right next to my room.
Gotta stink though. Someone fucking lets one rip.
Well, you could be doing anything in the bathroom. I said, while you're sitting on the toilet. You're a girl. You sit down to do everything.
Right? There was a comedian I remember. He's like, at least when a guy goes to the bathroom, you're holding on to something. You're doing something.
Right.
But when you girls are sitting there going to the bathroom, you just look bored, like you're waiting for the bus.
Right. Like, exactly. But like, I don't know. I can't, like, everyone's like, be offended. That's fine. That it's okay to be offended. But you don't need to, like, take it to the next level, and we're already at that next level of people.
Well, there was one story I remember. I just recently heard about it. It's not like brand new, but it's still semi new. I don't know if you heard about it. There's a college professor. I don't remember what. I think it was like called Evergreens or something like. Well, Evergreen was in the name.
Snowflakes.
What?
Snowflakes. That's what snowflakes.
So it sounds like you know the story.
No, I don't. But continue.
Interrupted me like that, right?
Sorry. No, go ahead.
But there's a college that basically said that they were having, it was supposed to be a ritual thing that they did once every single year. It was like called a day of absence, which for a day of absence they could, anybody who was of skin color didn't go on the premises. It was supposed to be some big racial thing that happened a long time ago.
Is that like what happens here in Wisconsin when all the Mexicans don't show up for work for a day?
I don't.
Do you have that where you live?
What?
Like where all the Mexicans just don't show up for work?
No,
I think they call it a Heritage Day or something.
What?
Yeah, we have it up here. Like I think it's called like a Heritage Day or something. They just don't show up for work. Like every Mexican just calls in.
Yeah, when that shit happens, that means you lose your job. As in, like your job is over.
Yeah. I don't know about that.
Unless they're just gonna claim, oh, it's a religious thing. I'm trying to see if this is the story.
What's Luke saying here? I just saw Luke chime in. Clinton is the exact embodiment of everything I hate about politics. Or a politician, and Trump was a protest vote that went too far. Agreed and agreed.
Well, the problem with
I've never told you guys about who I voted for. But like I said, it's it was not either party.
Man.
I didn't vote for either party. Some will say I wasted my vote. See, that's the thing. Like, if you vote for a third party, a lot of people will tell you, like, oh, that's a vote for Bernie's a vote for Trump. No, it's a vote for fucking Bernie. I voted for Bernie.
I would have rather have had Bernie. Yeah, I would have rather have had Bernie if I had the choice. But fuck, if I have to choose between Hillary the Snake Clinton and Trump, I'm gonna pick Trump.
Real quick in the chat, what's going on, Carl and future MMA? But what?
All these interruptions, man.
Yeah, dude, she just comes in and she does what she wants. Go ahead. I mean, it's your show. You want the microphone? Here you go. Okay. Go ahead. I was supposed to make you taco dip. You interrupted the show for taco dip?
Yes, I did.
Hey, taco dip is good enough that I would interrupt you for it.
I will make you some taco dip here in a few.
And you have to make me some too, Wookie.
You will get your taco dip, I promise you. What do I get in return for making you taco dip?
I had to listen to you talk about your oversized testicles, so I think that kind of makes up for it.
Oh, I'll go to McDonald's.
No, you won't. You've already said no. You won't go to Taco Bell last night?
That was a different reasoning.
Chat, do you guys hear the little swag attitude in the voice? I heard it.
Oh, she's got dude. I told you I married a redhead, dude.
Because I could hear that in the background.
She has tude for days. Days, dude. Nobody. I said you had tude. I just now said you had tude.
William, I think
he said swag. I said tude. Because I know what he meant. He just mansplained it. He went in and mansplained it and said, swag. Yeah, swag. That's what I meant. Because he just...
William in the chat, we all know CM
Punk's not coming back.
Yeah. Not for a
never,
long
ever.
time.
Dude, we have couples arguments all the time. Dude, it's part of being married. Like, once you get married, there's actually a clause in the bottom of the thing that says, you know, you will, like, argue on a daily basis about stupid shit. Why did you put the soap on that tray? It doesn't belong on that tray. It belongs on the tray, the dumbest tray ever that you can't reach. Or
the argument is the dumbest thing ever.
Right. It's just silly arguments.
Right under the water.
What's that?
It doesn't go right under the water.
Well, if you want to wash your body parts, it does.
But not to stay there.
No, but never mind. Here we go. Here we go again. Argue about soap, toilet paper. That's a big argument. What do you and your girl argue about? I wonder. I wonder if it's the same arguments.
It's the stupidest thing, because, like, and I'll admit that I do it, where you have these stupid arguments about the stupidest shit, and the problem is that we want to have the last word.
Yeah.
And so that just, like, it continues because we both want to have the last word.
And then it spirals out of control somehow or other.
Like, yeah, then it gets really bad.
Well, yeah. Well, I never liked your mother. What?
No, it doesn't get to that point.
The Browns will win the Super Bowl before CM Punk returns.
Right.
That might be a bridge too far. CM Punk might return before the Browns win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's definite possibility. All right. So anyway, did you click on the link I gave you?
I did. No, I just closed it because I figured we move on. But hold on. Evergreen State caught up in racial turmoil remains closed Friday after threat of violence. I try to be helpful
and I try to inform, and he's like, "Yeah, never mind."
Yeah, well, I thought we were moving on, so here I'm gonna put it in the chat for you guys if you guys want to check it out.
Basically, the long and the mix of it is, and that, I know I just totally made that saying up, but like I said, it's a day of absence. They do it once every year where anybody of skin color, basically anybody who's not white, doesn't come on campus for the day.
So is that Martin Luther King Day?
No.
Because that's like, I'll tell you what happens here in Wisconsin, at least. All the schools that are in, like, I don't want to say the hood, but Milwaukee. We'll just say all of Milwaukee. They get off Martin Luther King Day, but I live in like the outskirts of Milwaukee. I'm technically a suburb of Milwaukee. My kids don't get off for MLK Day, but either way,
I love Williams, like that dreamland that he's in.
Yeah, but see, the only way you're gonna get CM, and I'm reading that, the only way you get CM Punk to come back into all that though is if he goes over on Triple H. And I don't know if Triple H would be willing to do that.
What?
CM Punk would have to go over. CM Punk would have to win.
Yeah.
He'd have to beat Triple H. That's the only way he'd come back.
Yeah,
and I don't know if Triple H would be willing to do that. I mean, you're talking about a guy who literally fired this man on his wedding day. There's some bad blood there. Well, shit, Stephanie is in her mid-40s, and she's still smoking, so.
I honestly don't see Punk coming back unless Triple H and Steph leave. Like, they're not in charge anymore, and they're gone, out of the picture, which we all know is never going to happen. But that's the only way I think Punk is ever going to come back, is if Triple H and Steph are gone. Because Punk has outright said in public and other podcasts and interviews that he hates Triple H with a passion.
Right.
He has a morbid hatred for him, and he said some pretty choice, insulting words about Stephanie as well, and his poor wife too. Like, had some pretty choice, insulting words for her. So he made it pretty obvious that he hates both of them, and that's not just like him putting on a character or something. So, hey, what the?
I don't understand. I'm listening. I'm reading Mr. Obaid's thing. His chat.
Seeing somebody.
Yeah, I saw somebody get Uzi down
in the chat.
Yeah, it says you need to make this channel under PG system and kick that one with a dick picture out of the it. I don't know what that means. And why would I make it PG now? Like, that doesn't make any sense why I would make it PG now.
He already said he doesn't get any. He's not ad friendly.
I'm already not ad friendly. Like, why would I go out of my way to be ad friendly when I'm already not? Now, if YouTube changes their mind and says, like, okay, we're going to loosen the restrictions, which I'm sure will happen eventually. It's only a matter of time, but, like, for now, I'm not changing a damn thing. Why would I change anything? I'm already not going to get paid for it, so I might as well cuss up a storm.
I have a question for you, Wookie. Why don't you take this show over to Twitch? Like a lot of other people have.
What's the difference between Twitch and YouTube?
Which don't care if you're PG or mature.
Yeah, well, great. So I get no money on Twitch and I get no money on YouTube. So what's?
Oh, who knows? Maybe eventually you'll have that fame and you'll get a subscribe button. And then there you go.
Yeah.
Or become an affiliate and then you can start making money that way. Anyway. We just move on from that one story, or?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Is there? I don't know. Know the score of what? Is there a game going on right now? Is there NBA Finals going on? I haven't paid attention because I don't care. I was hoping for a strong case of gout, and that's not happening.
Sadly, when it comes to NBA, there's only like two teams that I watch for anyway. That's only for the Celtics and for the Suns.
Yeah, well, Twitch is a lot more lenient. Great. I mean, what does leniency get me? I can't even get you guys to come over for 205 live on a fucking weekly basis. And now everybody's like, go to Twitch. We love Twitch. Why? Like I said, I was doing 205 live to 4 people. I mean, I can't even get you guys to go over there for that. So why would I do a show on Twitch? I can't even get you guys to go to damn Spreaker. For crying out fucking loud. I mean, I've gotten quite a few of you, but not that many.
Yeah,
so.
I have said about Spreaker.
About squeakers? What about squeakers? I know all about them squeakers.
Are you sure?
Yeah, well, not really, no. No, not really. Should we get into this card here real quick?
Yeah, I got it pulled up.
You got it. Well, I do too. I have the same one pulled up. So Sasha Banks and Rich Swann versus Alicia Fox and Noam Dar. Who are you taking, lad?
Where do you see that one at?
The very bottom.
Oh,
scroll down. Scroll down. Yeah, well, we're not gonna get into. You don't get into the main event right away. That's why it's called main event.
For that one.
NHL is on tonight. That's what's on. And I don't pay attention to ice soccer.
Yeah,
so.
Ice soccer.
I don't.
That's actually a good name for it.
That's what it is. Everyone's like, hockey is so good. You like soccer? Soccer's for pussies. Well, you pretty much watch soccer. It's just they flattened the ball and gave people sticks. Like, that's the difference. That's it. Oh, God. Noah's saying Alicia and Dar. Who are you picking?
I'm going to go with Sasha and Rich.
I as well go with Sasha and Rich. There's no way they can give it to Alicia and Noam Dar. Why not just fire Alicia? Why not just fire Sasha Banks right now?
The problem is I can see Sasha getting a big push, and
she already got her big push.
I just mean continuing her pushing. I just don't see Alicia becoming top tier like that. I don't know. It's just me.
Well, Alicia had her chance. I mean, Alicia, don't get me wrong, still smoking hot, but I mean, she's now, I don't know, 50, 60. I mean, she's fucking Whitney Houston. You know, she's fucking Whitney Houston levels right now. Like, do you see how skinny she is?
Alicia Fox?
Yeah. I mean, she's tiny. She got to be doing a little bit of coke or something. Just a little. I've said it before. It wouldn't surprise me if tomorrow all of a sudden it would be like, Alicia Fox suspended 30 days for a wellness policy violation.
How old did you say she was?
Oh, I have no idea, but she's getting up there.
Oh, I thought you said she was like in her 40s or something. I was like,
I think she is in her 40s.
I don't believe
Late
that.
30s. She's got to be in her oh no, she's only 30? No.
I was gonna say as young as she looks.
Yeah, dude, I thought that was the makeup and plastic surgery. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you whatsoever. I thought it was a lot of makeup and a lot of plastic surgery. Oh my god, dude. I have to. I want you. I'm going to send you this. I got to find her again.
Like Sasha Banks, she's somebody who looks like she's getting there in age.
Sasha, I
least
think.
for me.
I want to say Sasha's much younger. Maybe not much younger. Sasha Banks is 25.
Damn. Well, as
But
mean
dude,
as
I
it
need
is
you.
say,
I need you to go check this person out right here. There's
mean
her
as it is-
Twitter. She released a video not too long ago, and don't worry, guys. Me and Kevin are going to do a full length. We're gonna do a full length fucking thing on this broad.
I heard a little bit about her. She's been like shit talking to all kinds of people on Twitter.
This broad, this Trisha, whatever her name is, Trisha Paytas.
Yeah, there's all kinds of people that are shit talking her. And she's
Oh,
shit-talking
dude,
other
she
people.
took a shit on Dolph Ziggler.
What?
I guess they had plans to go, like, she's been talking to this guy, and like she's crying in her video. And I guess she's like, "Oh, I met this guy." And it's just the whole video is great because at one point she's like, "I don't do drugs or anything, but when we slept together I was high." What the fuck, you fucking Maybe somebody needs to either you need to learn the definition of drugs or you need to learn the definition of high, because you can't not do drugs and be high. That's not how these things roll.
Who
but
the
yeah.
hell is she anyway if she's talking shit about Dolph?
Well,
Dolph
no.
is-
The whole thing was is that like they were supposed to have like a date night or grab a drink or something, right? And like he and fucking Dolph Ziggler clearly, because she totally outed this Dolph Ziggler as the guy she was supposed to go see. Yeah, no one knows what's up. But she was supposed to go see this guy, Dolph Ziggler, and I guess he flaked on her. And she got all sorts of fucking pissed and made a video. And then all the Dolphinites, or whatever, I don't know what you want to call them. Yeah, she's a typical YouTube storytelling liar.
all the Zigglers out there.
Yeah, all the Zigglerites like came and just fucking thrashed her. And I think it's funny because she's like, "Oh, it's no big deal." She's like, "You know, I don't want to deal with fuckboys no more." And it's just like, dude, me and Kevin are gonna cover it on. Me and Kevin are gonna cover it on Sunday, but like, go check her shit out. One's like,
Yeah.
"I'm done with fuckboys." The other, and then she just released one.
Has Dolph even responded to any of it?
Fuck no, would you?
I don't know. That's what I was
I'd be
wondering.
like,
if
I don't
he's
know.
Even...
I'd be like, I don't know that crazy bitch.
It's
I have
like,
no idea
who
who
the
she-
fuck are you? Keep my name out of your mouth.
Because then
Kinda
she
reaction.
started getting, I don't know what kind of messages these are, but one's from the Ziggler Empire. Says, "Who the hell do you think you are trying to defame people? You're a cheap bitch who feels good talking badly about others. But in reality, it's nice, beloved travesty. If I find you someday, I will repent of boring and having..."
You will repent. of
You
boring.
you will repent of boring and having placed this hole that you call a face in front. I will end with you. You fucking
in my front.
you fucking prostitute. And then prestigious champion said, you can think wrestlers are pussies, but you don't have one. So I suggest you do what you do best and put on that 20-gallon of makeup. Like, this is great. Listen up, you slut. You want to talk about fake things like wrestling? Well, you're fake showing off your fake-ass body, you stripper. Leave wrestling alone. I think it's so funny because she went into this whole thing, and she's just like, wrestling fanboys, like, they think it's real. It's fake. We know it's fake.
Yeah, we've known for how many
We
freaking years?
know. We've known for over 20 fucking years that it's not real. We're not in it to literally. I mean, if I wanted real, I'd go watch the UFC. But we're not here because we think it's real. We're here because we want to see the storylines and make fun of it. Like, that's really why we're all here. Yeah, worse grammar than a Reigns fan. I agree. Should we watch this video? How long is this video?
Hey everyone.
14 fucking minutes?
Wonderful WWE fans who love to express
All right, hold on. I just want to make sure it's coming through.
their opinions intelligently, well spoken. Today I'm going to be reading some of the comments on my last, actually every Instagram post since I posted a video about the wrestler known as Dolph Ziggler, who it's not his real name, it's not his real character, and all these people fucking defending him and calling me a whore, telling me they're killing myself, posting my address, telling me they're gonna splash acid on my face, murder me, they know where I live, all this shit.
Okay, that might be a little too far. Splashing acid, murder. You can hear this, right?
Yeah, I
Okay,
heard a
good.
little bit of it. It was getting a little choppy for me.
Oh, sorry. But, like, okay, murder might be a little far. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and say that. Murder might have taken it too far. Okay, but let's continue. It's just like Dolph Ziggler's not even his real name. No fucking shit. We know.
There's not very many wrestlers that use their real name.
I don't think do any of them.
Oh, there's some.
Like, what is
like
she
John
gonna tell
Cena
us?
is his real name.
What is
Daniel Bryan's is his real name, but it's
I don't think John
backwards.
Cena, but his name is Nick Nemeth.
What?
Dolph Ziggler's name.
Oh,
Nicholas
yeah.
Nemeth is his name. Is John Cena his real name? I don't think it is.
It is.
First thing that comes up. Oh, John Felix Anthony Cena Jr. No shit. Okay.
Well, it's just like Daniel Bryan is his real name. It's just
No,
backwards,
he is
'cause his
Brian
name is
Daniel. Yeah, Brian Danielson.
Yeah.
All right, let's continue. Let's.
In the name of a wrestler who probably doesn't know they exist and also isn't liking any of their tweets or any of their comments, so...
Okay, so why nobody's liking their tweets, nobody's liking their comments. Like you are? Are you liking any of my tweets or my comments? No. It gets better, Luke. Just wait till Monday or on Tuesday when we play the whole first video. I'm sure we'll go into this one too now.
Oh, what are you doing and who are you defending for what? I will say I don't really care. I have no, like, whatever. I did a rant video about this guy who's a douche. Like, even though he's a douchey guy, doesn't mean he's, like, not a decent human being. He doesn't fucking talk shit. Whatever. You know what I mean? He's not liking these tweets of these vile people. So, I will say my viewers and stuff like that, they'll defend me. They'll be like, oh my gosh, how could you do that? Blah, 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 whatever. Which is fine. I was, like, expecting backlash. But let me just read some of these really wonderfully put comments in my Instagram that just won't.
All right, here we go. We're getting into the juicy bits now. You got this, Chris?
Yeah, I'm listening.
All right.
Stop, by the way. It's been 2 or 3 days now. I don't even know how this is even newsworthy. I was like literally ranting.
I put it in the
Not a
chat
big
for you
deal.
guys.
I'm a fucking crazy bitch. People know this. He knows this. Who fucking cares? Also, for all those like, he ain't mad, he gonna stick it. No, bitch. Like, I've known this dude for like years, okay? Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, are you kidding me? Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, no. Like I said, had sex, been there, done that, don't need to have it again. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's whatever. It's cool. And like, let me just also clear up this term ring rat. Like, fuck no. I fucking hate wrestling. Like, it's so fucking boring. It's stupid as fuck. Like, why the fuck would I? No. In fact, any wrestler that I've hooked up with in the WWE, like, has always found me. Dolph followed me. Everyone's followed me. And there's a lot of douchey people on there. I've been with a lot that were married and I didn't even know. There's a lot of douchebags. But I'm not going to say their names. I don't need more fucking heat on me.
I love how she's like, I don't need any more heat on me. But I think
she's spilling her guts out.
But I think wrestling's boring. But I know how to use the terminology. Fucking dumb. Okay, let's. I'm waiting for that. 10 minutes ago, she was supposed to get into her tweets, and she hasn't yet. So let's keep going.
Okay, let's start with. First of all, let's start with the tweets I tweeted because I was very okay. So I've gotten a ton of DMs.
Oh, here we go.
Instagram right now.
Finally.
There's a shitload of comments So here it is. Okay, here's one private message. Who the hell do you think you are trying to defame people? You're a cheap bitch who feels good talking badly about others. But in reality, it is a nice, beloved travesty. If I find you someday, you will repent of born and having placed that hole that you call a face in my front. I will end with you. You're fucking prostitute. That's from Ziggler Empire on Instagram. This is from Prestigious Champ.
All right,
Your
I've read
entire
those
body
out
is
too.
fake. It's true. Fuck you, bitch. Do you know how hard it is to become a professional wrestler? You're probably
I
a
skipped
fucking
the
hooker
head
who
for
can never
those of
get
you who
anyone
don't
to
know.
fuck
Did
you
she say it
because you
was
like Mr.
true
Taylor.
that her body was
Yeah,
fake?
she said it's true. It's true. I'm all plastic. By the way, guys, like if you've seen her, she looks exactly like Sunny does now. Exactly like Sunny. Like her and Sunny could be cellmates or some shit. I'm gonna let this play. You're gonna see me go off camera for a second, but I'm gonna let this play for you guys. I'll be right back.
Head. I dare you to get in the ring and try wrestling someone. Oh wait, you won't because you're the true pussy here, you fucking bitch. Forehead big as hell. Your mouth is so big, any dick is small in it, bitch. You don't even watch wrestling, so you don't know pro wrestling takes serious balls. Let's see. It's all plastic, and would you want to look like Miss Piggy? If you say wrestling is fake, look at your body. Again, I fucking have fake tits. I've got Botox, fake lips. I've had liposuction on every part of my body, fake butt, fake nails, whatever the fuck. Who cares? Who even are you ill? By the way, how real is your body, huh? Any part that didn't need redecorating, that dumb bitch. You guys do realize, like all your little WWE heroes, like, wanna fuck me, like, okay, you know, I'm a crazy bitch and they still want to fuck me. Like, I'm not gonna even tell you the follow-up of that video, but I got so many sliding into my DMs just being like, what up, girl? Like, people I've known back in the day that want to fuck me, your heroes. So all of you saying, ew, gross. Wrestlers, married, unmarried, whatever the fuck, have been sliding into my DMs. And I could look like this, and I would still get laid more than y'all, which I think is really funny, these comments, to be honest. Anyway, whoever you're, nobody can spell right, by the way. All these WWE fans can't spell right. I don't give a fuck. I just want to say you're the ugliest fake bitch I've ever seen. Laughing my ass off. You call wrestlers pussies, yet you won't even step in the ring. And if anything's fake, your body is LMFAO. By the way, I can take on any of these fucking wrestlers. Like, I don't even care if this is gonna stir controversy. I fucking can take them. Okay? I was a fucking wrestler back in the day. I can fucking take any of these people. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Bye.
Wait, hold on. So now she has said, I don't know if you heard that, Chris.
Yeah, I was listening.
Bide, I'll give you guys, come back on Tuesday. We'll put all the links in the ropes section. But she just said she was a wrestler back in the day. Do I have to, can I rewind it?
Yeah, go ahead. Rewind it for everyone
I'm going to
else.
rewind it here.
My ass off. You call wrestlers pussies, yet you won't even step in the ring. And if anything's fake, your body is LMFAO. By the way, I can take on any of these fucking wrestlers. Like, I don't even care if this is gonna stir controversy. I fucking can take them. Okay? I was a fucking wrestler back in the day. I can fucking take any.
I was a wrestler back in the day. Did
Was
everybody
she
else?
actually? Because I don't think
I
she
have
was.
I have no fucking idea. She never made it to any level of fandom
Where anybody cared
where
about
everybody cared about. Nobody cares about her now. This bitch has 2 million subs too, which is sad. I mean, 2 million subs, and you know it's because I don't know if you've watched the video, but basically she's in her. I don't even know what you'd call it. She's in her. She's in a bikini. I think that's I'm guessing that's a bikini. I don't.
Most of her stuff, she's in a bikini. What are you talking about?
Right. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. It was. She was a wrestler back in the day, but now she hates it. Now it's no good no more. Yeah, we're gonna do this whole thing on Spreaker on Tuesday. I'll give you guys that little tease now. I'm sure I will grab that video. We're gonna grab her first video, and we grabbed. I'm gonna grab her next video if she makes more between now and Tuesday, because the whole thing is she could have never have name dropped, and that she probably would have been fine. But then she's like, this wrestler, Dolph Ziggler. And first off, she said he was 37 and from Ohio. Which, oh, gee, anybody who knows wrestling knows that the only 37-year-old from Ohio is Dolph Ziggler. You got like 3 options when you say Ohio. One of them's married. 2 of them are married. So I was really hoping it was Dean Ambrose, and it wasn't. Because that would have started some shit, because he just got married. But it turned out to be Dolph Ziggler.
And I can't find anything from when she was in the ring.
I doubt her name was Trish Paytas. Something tells me that's not her real name, or wasn't her ring name either. I'm sure.
True.
But yeah, come back on Tuesday, guys. Me and Kevin are gonna break down her first video, which in and of itself is just like I was rolling laughing. And then I'm sure we'll grab that one, and I'm sure she'll make more. Which is sad, because she's getting all these fucking views from us because of how dumb she is. Yes, most of the podcast, I would actually tell you almost all the podcast is going to be dedicated to her. Because it is just the funniest fucking thing I have ever heard.
So if she annoys you, don't show up.
Yeah, if you're not a fan of hers, just do your thing.
So I learned something new. I had no idea that was Finn Balor's real name.
What is
Fergal
Devitt?
Devitt. Yeah.
Yeah, he went as he went as Prince Devitt for a while. I don't remember if he ever went as Fergal Devitt. He might have. He probably did.
When he was in WWE, because I
no,
thought he was introduced
back
as...
in New Japan.
Okay.
He's always been Finn
Wasn't
Balor.
he introduced as the Demon King? Wasn't that his debut?
Well, he was Finn Balor. I can't remember if he debuted as the Demon Finn Balor, or if he did this whole thing back and forth thing. I want to say he always came out as the Demon. And then they started having him come out as just as Finn Balor, and then he would transform into the Demon for like pay-per-view events.
Which I always thought, like, the makeup that he would put on for the Demon King was amazing. It looked awesome.
It is. It takes 6 hours.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
So
I could just imagine him having to just sit in that chair and get all that makeup put on. Ugh.
She wasn't married to Dean Ambrose. No, she wasn't married to Dean Ambrose. Has got himself a hot little piece of tail. So don't you feel sorry for Dean Ambrose?
What, isn't Finn Balor with Bailey?
No. Who's Finn Balor dating? I know he's dating somebody, but I can't remember who. And it's like
I swear it was just today, or it was yesterday that I heard that he was dating Bailey.
No, I forget who he's dating. Somebody will put it in the chat for us, but it's not Bailey.
Was it Bailey? I like hugs, or whatever the fuck her gimmick was. Wasn't that it with the inflatable tube man? Yeah, what wasn't that in Family Guy when they said that? Like,
tube man?
Yeah.
Are your guys' hormones up, ready for sex? What?
The fuck?
What the? I don't know. I don't know. Either way, let's Kathy Kelly, thank you. I can never remember her name, and I should, but Kathy Kelly is dating Finn Balor. Finn Balor. Which she's an interesting looking gal.
Yeah, I swear you like bringing out all the crazies, man.
I bring out all the crazies?
And you like bringing out all the crazies.
Oh, why did they Oh, you timed them out. Got you. Either way, moving on, we got Cruiserweight Championship submissions only match, Neville and Austin Aries.
Austin Aries, hands down. Neville's good, but I want to give it to Austin Aries.
I think it's time we give it to Austin. Give us the damn payoff. Give us the damn payoff.
The main reason I go with Austin is because I remember his wrestling style when he was in TNA. He was really dominant, and he just seems like he's doing a lot better ever since he switched over to WWE. Neville's awesome though, because I can see Neville being the next Sin Cara. The way that he wrestles, it's like a little bit of a mix of Sin Cara and Ray. And and a little bit of Chris Benoit, unless that's just me, but that's just how I see his combination.
He's not big enough for any of those guys. He needs bigger. He needs to be a little bit bigger, and I don't know if he can get any bigger. Like he's already the underwear model. He's just ripped to the gills.
Well, the way like his entrance always cracks me up when he comes out with the cape. It's like it just reminds me of the days of the Hurricane. I don't know if you remember him.
I remember the Hurricane.
That's what it just reminds me of, because that was how Hurricane always came out, for at least in the beginning.
Luke, I swear to God, I will come to Manchester and kick your ass. He always says, "Fuck Austin Aries." I'm a huge Austin Aries mark. He's from my neck of the woods, and I like him. Neville is good, but to continue the feud, yeah, Aries. I don't know. I don't know if this feud continues, because I think they might bring up Gargano now from NXT, because you literally right now, you got kind of a problem, because you started this whole thing with Tommaso Ciampa and Gargano, and then Tommaso Ciampa got hurt. And it's like, oh shit, now what do we do with Gargano? You know what I mean? It's like, what do we do with him? So I think he'll end up coming up, and then we can see how that whole thing plays out up there.
Watching the mods fighting over this.
I know. I'm watching it too. Tag team championships in a steel. Is this got the most?
Snap! I didn't hear that was a steel cage match.
Yeah, you're not from Manchester. Where the fuck are you from? I thought you were from Manchester.
Who?
Luke. I thought he was from Manchester. Either way, I'll drive. I'll ask Pete Dunne. He comes into the chat every now and again. I'll just ask where you live. I'm 80 miles off. In which direction? Either way, yeah, no, it's a steel cage match. This has got some of the... We got a submission match, a steel cage match. Oh, it is Extreme Rules, I guess.
So it's not surprising.
It's not surprising. I was like, man, there's a lot of stipulations here, but...
that's easy, man. I'm giving that one to the Hardys.
I'm taking Sheamus and Cesaro.
Oh, you suck, man.
Why?
Why do you disagree with me? We got to be on the same page, bro.
No, that's not how these work. Those make for awful shows.
2 out of 3, anyway.
Well, thus far, you've been right, almost.
Right.
The Hardys are not walking out with that championship.
Yeah, they will.
No,
I think they're gonna surprise you.
I just think
it's the Hardys, man, and it's like Extreme Rules is their stomping ground.
Yeah, but like how many they've lost a lot at Extreme Rules and TLC and all that jazz.
Either way, I just know it's gonna be
Edge and Christian are coming back.
Yeah, right.
I know. Neither of them can.
Edge
well, maybe
retired like permanently.
Edge,
didn't he have some injury?
His neck is fucked up to like holy hell.
Christian, I don't know why the hell he just disappeared. I like Christian.
Christian never did it for me.
The problem with Christian is he just kind of disappeared and like just fell off.
Birmingham. Thank you.
Anymore.
Sorry. As I just spout out, Luke's from Birmingham.
Alabama? No, I'm kidding.
No, not Alabama.
No.
How are the Hardys? Hold on. I don't know why they... Oh, okay. I see why you did it now. I'm not even going to mention it now. You're touching me. But I'm taking Sheamus and Cesaro. It's time for those boys again. They've been pushing them too hard.
Thank you, Noah. At least one person in the chat is on my side.
Noah's on your side?
That the Hardys are going to win.
Oh, Noah doesn't know what he's talking about.
Because he's on the right side, man. He knows what's up. I like Noah now.
I mean, you're allowed to pick whoever you want on the card, really. But nobody says you're right. I mean, that's all I'm saying. Carlito.
So who cares about Carlito?
There's been a long-standing rumor that Carlito's going to come back and hook up with the... well, they're not. What are they? They used to be the Matadors. Then they were the Puerto Rican tour. What's that?
Isn't he Jamaican, Carlito? Or at least his character?
He's Puerto Rican. Oh, no, he's not Puerto Rican. Maybe he is Puerto Rican. I don't know.
Nobody cares.
I want to know now. I want to
Not
know
really.
because everyone wants to deport Kalisto, and he's from Chicago. So he's from San Juan, Puerto Rico. So he is Puerto Rican. The Hardys are not winning tomorrow. It's Cesaro and Sheamus. Just you guys watch. I see.
Luke is on the right side too. See.
Luke would do that. Yeah. They were Primo and Epico, but they were the Puerto Rican Tourist Bureau, or the Shining Stars, if you want to call them that. And now they're the Colognes. So they need Carlito in a bad way to have a mouthpiece, just somebody to talk for, just somebody to fucking talk for him. Carlito needs to fucking kill himself. I mean, I don't like Carlito either, but at least he can fucking draw some heat on these guys. That's all I'm saying. Draw some heat on these guys, because right now they are dead in the water. And then you had to go that far. Oh, shit. Wrong button. Luke Scott. I should just let Luke handle it. Luke's got shit down going on in the chat, so.
I don't care if they want to talk smack in the chat. But
I don't care if they want to talk smack either, but, you know, the whole thing about that is, you know, keep it classy. Talk shit, that's fine. I can handle myself. I'm a big boy. But, you know, fucking at least keep it classy, homie. Talk your shit in a classy manner. That's all I got to say. But we got Dean Ambrose and The Miz for there is no champion's advantage. So if Dean Ambrose gets disqualified, the championship goes to Miz. Who you taking?
I'm going to go with Ambrose just because Miz kind of fell into irrelevancy quite a long time ago.
Except he's been really relevant again as of late. You kind of missed the point where he came back and he feuded with John Cena, and it was like one of his best feuds ever.
I wasn't a fan of it. I thought it was kind of lame.
Yeah, keep it PC to an extent. I mean, you know, I don't mind cussing and cursing and being kind of naughty. That's what this channel is all about, you know. But there's certain, you guys know what I do and do not allow. Oh, I'm as well taking Dean Ambrose. I don't think they're taking that belt off of Dean yet. I think Miz is doing the honors. He's gonna stare at the lights.
I don't know. I'm giving it to Ambrose.
I'm giving it as well to Ambrose. I don't think they're ready to take that belt off him yet. Women's match for a kendo stick on a pole. Bailey versus Alexa Bliss.
When was the last time they did the kendo stick on a pole? It has been
when's the last time they did anything on a pole? It has been a long time.
I'm trying to remember, because didn't they do one with Steve Blackman? I don't even know if you remember that part.
Oh, I remember Steve Blackman. You might be right on that one.
I think that was the last time. I remember a kendo stick match.
Well, a kendo stick, but this is a kendo stick on a pole.
Well, no, because if you remember that match, I don't remember who it was against. I think it was when he was feuding with Ken Shamrock. I don't know if you remember the two of them had a feud.
Yep. I remember that feud.
It was supposed to be who got the stick off the pole and hit somebody with it first would have been the winner, I believe.
Sounds about right. That sounds like that was like a European title match or something like that.
I think there was a match where, because there was something Shamrock always used. Was it Knuckles or something?
No, Knuckles was always Knuckles was fucking, what's his name?
Not Regal.
Regal.
Well, Regal
yeah, it was Regal.
Yeah.
It was Regal.
I thought somebody else was using it. But
I
just remember
brass knuckles have been around for a while now. So, I mean, lots of people use the brass knucks.
I just remember it was Blackman and Shamrock, and I thought Shamrock had a weapon of choice, and so the Blackmen that were different, and they each had their weapon of choice strung up on poles on opposite sides of the ring. And it was whoever got their weapon and hit the other one with it first would have won.
Future MMA says you're right. Kendo stick, you're right. I remember them having a kendo stick match. I don't remember it being strung up on a pole. I mean, that doesn't mean anything. I can't remember what I had for breakfast this morning. So, I mean, that's all I'm saying. But You know what? When we start doing the old school challenge again, which I was gonna start filming today and I didn't. When we do the old school challenge again, maybe that match will come up. I'm sure it will. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but now you're gonna forget after this is over.
Probably. Remind me. Like I said, I can't remember what I fucking had for lunch. So, but either way, who you got, Alexa or Bailey?
I think Alexa's gonna win, but I want to see Bailey win.
I would agree with you. Alexa's gonna win.
I don't know. Bailey's just one of those where she's just that goofy baby.
Bailey is boring, people.
Well, she's not that boring.
Bailey is fucking
Well,
boring.
She has her entertaining moments.
Like when?
When she wants to give hugs to people. That's entertaining to an extent anyway.
I warned everybody when everybody wanted to bring up Bailey. Let's bring up Bailey. Bring her up from NXT. Let's bring her up. And I'm like, that's a bad idea. Everyone's like, why? I'm like, I just don't think she can connect with a fucking crowd. And
are you yawning again, man?
Yeah, I'm yawning again. But
get your sleep.
No, I'm not getting my sleep. But I said she's not going to be able to connect with a crowd.
You did this last week too, guys. When we tried to do this last week, you kept yawning through the entire thing.
I know. Today's not going to be as bad. I swear.
Yeah, last week you were about to pass out.
Oh, I didn't have like any sleep last week, After, let's see, I went camping and all that fucking shit. Or was that the week?
Really? This guy really? All right.
I guess, but I am not a fan of Bailey, what she has done since she has come up to the main roster. She's done nothing, and I don't know if she's more tight, maybe they're controlling her a little more up here, or what the deal is.
But you also have to remember she's on the main roster now, where things are different. I think in NXT,
that's what I'm thinking.
I think what happens in NXT is because of the fact that it's small fry compared to Raw and SmackDown, they let them be more creative and do more stuff. But then once you hit the main roster, it's very strict. No, you have to play your role just like this, and might just take some people out of their element, and they just don't know how to do it.
Yeah, I agree. Noah in the chat. Jesus wants to heel Bailey, and then Noah says heel Bailey would be awkward, and I kind of agree with that. I don't think heel is the way to go with her. I don't think that her character can just connect to that size crowd. It's different when you're connecting to 1,400 people. But now you got to connect to 14,000 people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a bigger task. Vince McMahon is crazy and fucks. He wants to make Big Cass the new Undertaker.
What?
Yeah, I'm guessing so. I didn't see it, but we've heard rumors of that him wanting to recreate the Undertaker. If he recreates the Undertaker, he basically will kill whoever's career that is. You can't recreate the Undertaker. You know what I mean?
And that's just gonna make the fans hate him because he's trying to be like him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so you're gonna turn the fans against him and call him, and everyone's gonna be like, "You're just a Taker wannabe." Yeah.
Well,
I agree
and you can't take the most beloved gimmick of all time and just be like, well, we're gonna take it off of Mark Calloway and give it to you. Here you go. You know, you can't do that. And not this soon. I mean, WrestleMania was just a few months ago. Just give it some time.
Yeah, I mean, the only other wrestler that's more beloved than The Undertaker is The Rock.
Oh, yeah.
And that's, your top two, and Steve Austin would be number 3. Those are your top 3 most beloved people.
Well, you'd be surprised Hogan's still really beloved, too.
There was rumors flying around that Hogan's talking about is in talks with a comeback.
To come back, yeah. God, please no. Do I get Captain America all over again then too? Yeah.
It's Hogan's somebody where he's as old and as overdone as he is, because he was wrestling in TNA too. So It's like just let him rest. Just stay down, Hogan. It's just like with Flair. How many people wanted Flair? It's like Flair, just go home. Just go home.
I'm reading Christopher Perez's 101s. He's a prediction that Braun and Triple H will show up to take out Rollins and Reigns. Rollins, Reigns, and Balor out, and it would be down to Joe and Bray. And I predict Joe will win, and that's why. And that's interesting. And I'll explain to you my prediction because that's the next match coming up that everybody wants is talking about. Number 1 contenders match, Fatal 5-Way, Roman Reigns, Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, Bray Wyatt, and Samoa Joe. Who comes out to go face Brock?
Part of me just wants to see the Shield come back. I don't know why. I just do.
Okay, but who's winning the Fatal 5-Way to go face Brock Lesnar?
That match, I think it would. I don't know. I think Reigns would win it, but I'd love to see Balor actually go up to the main card.
Well, I mean, he was the first Universal Champion. So, I mean, he did, headline already. I've already said I pick Roman Reigns as well. Roman Reigns, I think, is winning that Fatal 5-Way. And then you have, much like what Christopher Perez said, he comes back, Braun comes back at great balls of fire. And we end up with the triple threat. He'll end up just getting disqualified or getting Roman or whoever disqualified at that point. I think that's my personal opinion. And then at Great Balls of Fire, the disqualification, and then SummerSlam, you have the triple threat. That's how I think that rolls out. But I'm also thinking because I've seen on some of the house shows. I'm wondering if Bray might get the nod. I'm wondering. Chris, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
I thought you walked away or something. You went all quiet. We agreed. See, we agreed on most of them. What did we disagree on? The tag team championship.
Yeah, that was the only one I think we disagreed.
Because you
So
say
you
Hardy.
said the same thing. You think Reigns is gonna win,
I mean,
but you want to see Balor win.
No, I don't want to see Balor win this one. Now, I don't want him to go up against Brock. It would just look too awkward. It'd be like Brock's G.I. Joe. You know what I mean?
No, more like Brock is the Hulk.
See, because I don't think Balor and Wyatt, I don't think are done. They haven't faced each other yet, and Brother Wyatt is Brother Wyatt, Bray Wyatt.
Did I miss something? Is he going by Brother Wyatt now?
No, he's still going by Bray.
Okay,
But him and Balor haven't even touched each other yet in singles. And then I don't think Rollins and Joe are done yet, so I think they continue to feud.
I don't see Samoa Joe out there in a main event for a title yet.
Well, see, but it would be good fodder. It's a way to give Joe a tiny push, keep him relevant. But he's not going to take it. He's not going to take it away from Brock. Brock's going to continue to take that. He's going to take that into SummerSlam. I mean, the big rumor is that Brock's taking that title all the way to next year's WrestleMania.
What?
That's been the rumor.
Why? See, this is what I don't get. Why is Brock just getting so much damn juice?
Because he's on the juice. I don't know. Brock, I don't know. Why do you want to keep your title off of TV for that long? Yeah. I mean, I know right now we're in the the down period for wrestling. Right now is the period where wrestling is not as hot. You know what I mean? And then we pick back up around SummerSlam time. But
yeah, because I've been reading a lot of articles where they've been saying that their ratings are down, have been down.
Oh yeah, ratings are way down. Yes, ratings are way down. They should keep it on Brock. Why though, future? Is Brock gonna show up on a weekly basis? If he is, great. Brock's not showing up on a weekly basis. Like, you're trying to make this title prestigious, but the whole thing is, like, where's the title been? It's been gone for 3 months.
Yeah.
I mean, what now screams prestigious about that title?
I'm just surprised at this event that we're not seeing a WWE Championship match.
You're not going to. You're not going to until Great Balls of Fire.
What?
Yeah, till the next pay-per-view, you're not going to see a championship match. You're not going to see. Yes, the next pay-per-view is named. The next pay-per-view is named Great Balls of Fire. I'm not even kidding you. That is the name of the next pay-per-view.
They just lost their creative talent or something. Why?
Dude, I don't know. I don't. Aleister Black just got some sweet new T-shirts. If you guys haven't seen them, somebody just tweeted it at me.
And I bet you they're gonna use "Great Balls of Fire" as their pay-per-view song, just because of the fact that that's the name of the pay-per-view.
Dude, if they don't, like, what are you thinking? What in the fucking hell are you thinking if you don't use that song?
That just absolutely cracks me up. I did not know that was the name of the next pay-per-view.
Absolutely 100% ridiculous.
WWE's been ridiculous lately.
Well, I mean, now's the time to be ridiculous. You know what I mean? Now is a good time to be ridiculous. Because now's the time where you can be silly and stupid, because there's not many people watching. This is the time to, like, try stuff. You know what I mean? This is why having Jinder right now as the champion is a good thing. Because Jinder right now is a champion. We're in the downtime of wrestling. Would you rather have Jinder as the champion at SummerSlam? Oh boy, Luke's sending links.
Jinder more like the Indian steroid.
You shake my nerves and you rattle my brain.
Exactly. Like, they have to use that song for that. I don't know how.
How do you
it's a
not use that
song? It's a goofy sounding song. I don't know how they're gonna really make it a serious thing.
You can't call a pay-per-view Great Balls of Fire and
Right?
not use the song. It's like not allowed. WWE's in a dark place right now. I don't know where the fuck they're going. Don't worry. Like, I have this theory right now that they're tanking their ratings basically to pick it up come the end of the year, because their contract is coming up shortly. So if they tank it now,
the USA,
yeah. So if they tank it now, then they can show a much larger percentage next year. So they could be like, we were up 52% next year. We were up in views 52% year over year, and then they can use that as a way to get more money. I think that's honestly what they're doing right now. Like, Vince McMahon's no dummy. He knows to fire a bullet when he needs to. Right now, he don't need to, because they got your money. They got your money, bitches. You watch every week. I know I do.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar lost.
Makes you wonder if they might surprise everybody and sign with a different TV network too.
And it's possible. You know, if USA doesn't offer him that money, you know, he just goes elsewhere. I mean, he's an open market. Somebody will pay him. And, you know, I think it's funny because everybody wants to come at me and be like, the ratings are down, the ratings are down, the ratings are down. And I just want to look at them and be like, okay, that's fine. The ratings are down. But what was their overall rating on Monday? Oh, they were the number one show on all of TV on Monday night? Oh. You know what I mean?
To be honest, like, no one makes something that's like a dream to me. What I would give, and this is like, I would give anything if it ever happened. I would love to see WWE go back to the Attitude Era again.
No. Then you got segments like Katie Vick. You got segments like Mae Young giving birth to a hand. I mean, you got some bad ones.
Still, man, it was like out of all the eras in WWE, Attitude Era was the best.
I'm not going to disagree with you, but there was some things that just went far too far. You know what I mean? They were just were pushed
that was
too
a good time.
far.
But that was good when they did that. When they pushed the envelope and they pushed the line like as far as they possibly humanly could.
Yeah. Well, I'm not. Yeah,
They're
rating.
just too.
Okay.
They're too scared to do things now.
Well, they're PG now.
That's the problem.
They're PG now, so they gotta do things a certain way now.
Fuck the PG, man. But have Linda just get the hell out of office.
Get out of politics.
Get
Do
out
it
of
now.
politics so we can get back to the Attitude Era.
We all
That's
want
what
good,
we need.
We all want good wrestling. Well, no, I think
They can't
used.
call it bad blood. I mean, look, we're calling a pay-per-view Great Balls of freaking Fire.
I think they can still use bad blood, but now that we don't do color in the WWE anymore, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
There's.
when was the last time somebody bled?
Oh, jeez. I mean, there's been real. Oh no, just SummerSlam just last. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, SummerSlam just last year.
Somebody actually bled.
Randy Orton, Brock Lesnar busted Randy Orton open. Now they all still say it was a work. I think it was a shoot though. I have a damn feeling that was a shoot. But and everybody will tell me you're an idiot if you think it's a shoot. But I'm like, I think of course they're gonna say it's a work. You know what I mean? Oh no, we planned on doing that because you can't be like, oh no, we had no idea that Brock Lesnar was gonna beat the shit out of Randy Orton and actually bust him open. You can't say that on TV. So, of course, they're going to say it's a work. Oh, no, we planned that. Yeah, sure you did, Vince. Whatever you say, man.
And more like there's probably medics standing by as soon as it was over.
I mean, there was just a pile of blood. And it didn't look like... He looked like he had a concussion. So, WWE was TV 14, and it gave us shit like Katie Vick. Yes, and HLA. Oh, don't forget, hot lesbian action.
I still remember that when Edge and Lita were doing their thing. Jeez.
Oh, I forgot about that. The live sex show. I mean, I didn't forget about it,
where
but
Lita actually flashed a tit at that they had to
that
blur out.
That was unintentional. But yeah, she had
I know it wasn't unintentional, but that kind of thing. I mean, most of your wardrobe malfunctions happened back in the Attitude Era. I still remember one of the divas.
Dude,
I can't remember.
We have more wardrobe malfunctions now than we've ever had before.
What wasn't it? Eva Marie, I think, recently had one. Was that real or was that planned?
That was planned. That was scripted.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
But no, Bailey just had a nip slip. There's a bunch of people who had nip slips not too long ago.
I think it was I think it was Deborah or it was Sable. One of them, it was some women's match where they had her up on her shoulders. Her top fell apart while she was on her shoulders.
That was Jacqueline.
Was it? Okay, so I was wrong. But I still remember that one. That one everyone was talking about for years.
Yeah, because they grabbed her top and her top came clean off as opposed to what was supposed to happen.
She didn't have a bra on her. You would think if you're worried that you're gonna have a wardrobe slip or something, have a sports bra on or something.
No, and I'm guessing that's Mish in the chat. I'm not saying that TV 14 gave us bad moments, but it didn't give us good ones. I mean, I guess you have to take the good with the bad. But
look at how Austin was during the Attitude Era. Austin was practically the face of it.
I just think that saying going back to the Attitude Era, it seems like such a cop-out. You know what I mean? There's no reason that PG can't be good, too. I don't think it's the PG era. I don't think that's the problem.
But their PG is crap, man.
Well, okay, but that's the writers. That's not because we're PG.
Didn't they just recently say that they were bringing back another writer? Or talking about bringing another writer back?
Shut up about Vince Russo. We don't talk about him here. Vince Russo does not exist whatsoever.
That bad, huh?
Oh, God. If they brought Vince Russo back, that would... Oh, my God. I couldn't handle it. Yes, Bailey had it. Russo? Russo basically is one of the key reasons why WCW went under. More or less. I mean, there's a number of reasons why WCW went under. But Russo was a key contributor to it. He was just awful. Just god awful. So bad. Oh. PG is see, and again, everybody's saying PG is ass. You can do a lot with PG. Yes, agreed. The writers seem to like they would be lost no matter what the ratings allowed in 2017. I agree with that. Like, Russo is Satan. I love that one. Russo is Satan. I fucking goddamn. I guess he called Vince, and Vince listened to him or something. I don't know, but I mean the PG thing, like that just seems like such a cop out. Like, we could go back to TV-14. That's great. What are the writers gonna do then? I mean, are we going back to bra and panties matches then? You know what I mean? Is that all it's gonna be? Just bra and panties matches. We can do those again now.
I will admit one of the downsides to the Attitude Era is the Divas never really did get their chance to really shine. There wasn't very many divas that had that option to shine back then anyway. I think Trish and Lita were really like the two that really shined back then. But even then, they kind of made Trish look like a whore and a couple different times back then.
See, and Jennifer says WCW went under due to crappy booking. Who was the booker? Russo. Excuse me. Fucking Russo was the head of creative. I mean, that was who was, and then they brought, I don't remember if, I can't remember the whole story behind WCW, if they brought him in way back, wow, fuck, I'm trying to remember it all now, because I remember when WCW went on, I remember when WCW was on. I think WWE should be TV-14 or more, at least, and I kind of agree with that, like, let them do their own language, because I think if you strip away PG... But I hear everybody just say, well, I'm going to kind of backtrack on myself now.
I'll admit, I like Luke. He's been calling Vince weekly, for fuck's sake. Sooner or later, Vince will give him a job to stop the calls. For fuck's sake, Vince, block his number.
Well, that's what Cornette was saying on his podcast. I guess he calls Vince or emails Vince weekly. Weekly, or, you know, like, after he watches Raw and SmackDown, I guess he emails them with how it could have been done better. That's what Cornette said, at least. Now, Cornette's full of shit, too, so I don't know. But, I mean, I can see TV-14, and like I said, I guess I'm going to kind of backtrack on my words now, because I don't... When it comes down to PG, I don't think PG is the problem. But when you go into TV-14, you open up new languages for your boys to use. You know what I mean? The cussing can come back, and I think wrestling kind of needs that cussing and dirtiness.
I was just saying, the vulgarity is something I don't understand. That was stupid to get rid of that, because that was a big thing. There was one time, wasn't it, between the Cena and Miz feud where Cena actually like cursed at him?
Are you talking about the recent one where he called him a pussy?
Yeah, I thought, was it a pussy or called him a bitch? I
think he called him a pussy. And everyone's like, whoa, Cena won. He called Miz a pussy. And it's like, no, sir. I don't know if you heard, but the Miz verbally raped him. As bad as that sounds, Miz destroyed him on the mic that night. But he called him a pussy, so he wins? Why?
I'll admit I like Noah's comment. Vince Russo is the fucking Michael Bay of wrestling.
No, let's see, I'm reading him now. Russo killed TNA as well. Dixie fully killed TNA. Russo had nothing to do with killing TNA.
Yeah.
I'm going to put that solely on the shoulders of Dixie. Because if Dixie was not a dumbass and, you know, sent email and learned how to use fucking Microsoft Outlook, she might have had a main network deal instead of being on the fucking Pop TV network. Russo and Cornette are natural enemies. I don't know. Did you watch the Table for Three on was that Monday? Do you know what Table for Three is? Because I know you're new to the network.
Yeah, no, I don't know it offhand.
Table for Three is basically where they take three guys, they sit them down at a table, they have dinner or some bullshit like that. It honestly doesn't really matter what they're doing, but then they talk, right? They all have a discussion about whatever. And this past week was Michael P.S. Hayes, Jim Cornette, and oh my goodness, I'm drawing a blank. Hayes, Cornette.
That was Was that you just banging?
That was me and my desk.
It was
Because
loud.
it's like, who the fuck? I can't remember his name, and it's like right there. It was Cornette, Hayes. God, WCW. I am drawing a complete blank. Bischoff. There we go. Bischoff. So it's Bischoff, Hayes, and Cornette.
Bischoff? Don't you mean bitch off?
No, I liked Bischoff. I had no Bish.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
Bish.
what that was his nickname for the longest time was bitch off.
Bischoff. I liked Bischoff. I had no problems with Eric Bischoff. I mean, I know everybody's like, he's after our jobs, but no, Bischoff. And him and Cornette were talking about their mutual hatred for Vince Russo. And that's what made me give Cornette a chance to give him my listen on his
And
podcast.
Cornette was on TNA, wasn't he?
I don't know if Cornette was ever on TNA.
I thought he was.
He
I
probably
thought,
was.
Like way back in TNA's early stages, he was around.
He might have been. I have no idea if he was ever with TNA. Ooh, damn! I'm looking at this. You're a YouTube guy, so you'll enjoy this. Fucking What Culture just got a copyright strike.
What did?
What Culture Wrestling?
Yeah, I heard about
They
that. And they
just
got
got
their
hit with a
live stream taken away.
They got what? They got what taken away?
Their live streaming got taken away.
Well, yeah, that's what happens when you get a copyright strike.
Yeah, I know, but that was why everyone was exploding about it. I will be right back, bro.
Alrighty. But yeah, I'll stay on stream till I fall asleep. Yeah, fucking A, dude. I'm just looking at Vince Russo got him fired because Jim threatened to kill Russo. Was that at TNA, Mish? I'm trying to remember if that was actually at TNA. I didn't watch TNA. Oh, geez, until probably right before Aces and Eights and all that, and I can't remember if he was there or not. All right, I'm just looking at this. What Culture Pro Wrestling just got hit with a copyright strike. It doesn't say for what though. Violation of YouTube's policy on spam and deceptive practices. It just says learn more here. Yeah, wow. That's a little messed up. They'll probably fight that. Oh, damn, in TNA. Son of a bitch. I don't hate What Culture. I'll watch them from time to time. I mean, I think sometimes they're a little campy. But I'll watch them from time to time. I got no issue with the What Culture dudes. But getting hit with a copyright strike, they already got hit hard with the whole, like, we're not gonna monetize you, which, like I've told you guys before, like, monetization is not the driving force. Like, if you're solely trying to live off the monetization from YouTube, good luck. It's never going to happen.
Monetization is dead on YouTube.
You need to be a PewDiePie. You need
or
to
a
be
Markiplier,
a Markiplier.
Or
You need to be some of these big guys who can throw their weight around and be like, look, I have millions of subs. And if I just stop uploading videos, I will do somewhat of damage to your views per day, blah, 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 so on and so forth. You need to be able to swing your weight around from time to time to actually get anything out of YouTube. But if you're just a guy like me who just, we live stream, we do all this, we do all that, you're not really honestly going to get much from YouTube. And it's just the way it is. Like, I think my last YouTube paycheck was $7. $8. I don't know what yours was.
It was AIDS.
It was 8. Yeah.
AIDS.
Oh, yeah, my last, yeah. And then sometimes YouTube likes to hold on to your money for a certain amount of times. Like, I got, over $100 in, donations just chilling in there that basically I just got to wait to get. So that's a thing. That's a thing. I mean, what do I do? Super chat is what it is, man. It just sits there. you got to wait your 2 months, and you just sit there and you fucking go, okay, I'll twiddle my thumbs and play with myself and wait, I guess. But you guys got anything else? You got anything else you wanted to hit up before? Kind of coming to a close here.
No, really, unless chat has anything that they want us to talk
No,
about.
we stopped doing music because you can thank Luke, because Luke got me a copyright claim and got my video taken down.
Yeah, there's only what is it? It's Hero something and Monster Cat are like the only two artists that you can use and not have to worry about getting the copyright.
Well, you
struck.
can get a claim, but I got a DCM takedown. So that's a lot different. Like, I don't mind if my videos get claimed. Oh my god, there's ads running on my video. At least I can go, hey, now there's ads running on my video. You know what I mean?
So what about you guys, chat? Anything you guys want
guys
to
got
talk
anything
about?
in the chat before we're coming up on the midnight hour for me, at least. It's probably coming up on 1 o'clock for you.
Yeah, almost. Anything. It could be wrestling. Could be.
This is the bottom rope, so you guys can. It could be about anything. And for those of you out there, because I know you guys are going to ask, no, I don't like LeBron James. And
LeBron James is arrogant as fuck. That's the problem.
Magnatoon Wookie? What?
What?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what he's talking about.
I don't know. It's so fun. I know the song. I mean, the song is on. Fuck.
Oh, licensed music. Yeah, I'm fully aware of them. Magnatoon. Okay.
So if you want to know something funny for just a second, my cat decided to knock something out of the closet, and that's because there's this one spot, on the left side, it's like a box. It's got a bunch of soft shit on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
He's pretty much claimed it as his spot. Quote,
Yeah.
spot.
I've looked this up.
Apparently-
I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but Mish, I've looked this up before, and the only problem is that the way they want to request music. So the way you do that with Nightbot is you say, like, I think it's like hashtag request or hashtag song, and then you put in a YouTube link, so they can literally request whatever song they want. Like, it could be like you see Noah right up there, Blink-182 joke song. Like, he could put hashtag songs Blink-182, and it'll automatically play that song in the background. This stuff's fine. I'm actually already using Magnatoon, as well as Epidemic Sound, I believe. I believe it's Epidemic Sound that I get from Spreaker. And then I get other things from my MCN that I use from time to time. I can't remember them all. They have like 4 or 5 music websites that I'm allowed to use for free. You know, so I use a lot of them for, copyright-free music. But they can actually request, like, if they wanted to hear Finn Balor's music, all they got to do is find a YouTube link, and they can put it in, and it'll actually play Finn Balor's link in the background. Oh,
Yeah,
this Trish Paytas? She is all over, dude. Now they got wrestling news sites reporting on her.
Part of me thinks she's only doing it just because she's trying to milk the attention.
Or she really wants to milk Dolph Ziggler.
I don't know.
She really wanted that Ziggler D. I'm thinking so, dude, because because she's like, it wasn't a big deal. Like, we hooked up once or twice, but then she's crying in the video. I mean,
the crying didn't look real though. That's the problem.
No, it looked real. That shit looked real. She was legit crying. That wasn't fake crying. I've seen fake crying. My wife fake cries. I've seen fake crying, but she's legit fucking bawling over this. And like, now she's like, I haven't watched this full WWE Fans Suck. I haven't watched the full thing yet, as my daughter is now in the background fake crying. It's just she's laughing and crying all at the same time. But I'm looking at this now, and like, looks like she cries in the video. I'm gonna have to watch it.
You're not gonna wait until it's coming up with Kevin?
No, I'm gonna watch it. Kevin sent me the other one. I'm like, who is this? Who is this lady? Sophie, what are you doing? SH made a video on it. SH? Who's SH? I love when people come in and like, oh, you don't know who SH is? What's wrong with you? Why would I know who SH is? You know what I mean? Like, why would I know that? Whitney, Wisconsin. That's a girl that I refuse to talk about. She's another fucking gutter slut that I don't even want to discuss. Have you ever heard of Whitney, Wisconsin?
Me, no.
Go look her
Now
up,
it
dude.
makes it,
Go look her
now
up.
it makes me want to.
She's look her up on YouTube, dude. She is not Whitney Houston. I'm gonna screen share it with you. She has some great videos. Oh wait, is she not here anymore? Or no? Negative reactions. She deleted her channel. Yeah. Oh, she made a video on it. Okay. Here, I'm gonna send you, if I can find Leafy's video. Dude, she had videos of like why I have sex with dogs.
Oh, that girl. Okay.
Why? Oh
'Cause
no,
I
here she is.
remember-
Here she is. I just found her. Dog breeds and their sexual uses is. Hey, beat it. Close my door. Get out of here. This isn't for little ears.
This is inappropriate content.
This isn't for little ears. Is Whitney, Wisconsin? Sophie, go. Beat it, little girl.
I remember her because she had a feud with some girl named Emma, I think it was, on Drama Alert.
Oh, I'm sure she did. Dog sex toys. She has a video where she shows off her sex toys.
Yeah, they were calling her the dog fucker.
Spitter
So I remember
swallow.
that was
Girls
the nickname.
masturbate too. 10 reasons why girls should have sex with dogs. Yeah, she is. She basically is a dog fucker.
Well, I know that's what everyone was calling her for the longest time, was the dog fucker. Because there was I forget what the name of the segment is, but I'm sure you know what Drama Alert is, right?
Unfortunately.
Yeah. On Drama Alert, he has its like playground bash or something like that, I think it is, where he takes two YouTubers and like they just argue and fight pretty much. And and they had Whitney, Wisconsin and Emma Dorvo, I think. And they were both going at it and they kept calling her the dog fucker, so that's how I remember her. Oh, you said she deleted her channel?
No,
didn't?
it's still there. It's still there. I thought she did because I typed in Whitney, Wisconsin, and it didn't pop up. But I, as soon as I put in Leafy is here, her channel popped up for some reason. I don't know why. That's strange.
Well, there was a time where it was rumored that Leafy and Whitney, Wisconsin were dating.
Well, Leafy is a dog, so she might like it. I don't know. But I'm just looking at this thing, and they took like the worst picture they could of her. Like this guy, they must have had somebody in the editorial room going through this Trish Paytas, frame by frame. They're like, what is the worst picture we could possibly get? Like, she seriously looks like she's about to just bust out crying. And it's like, well, don't fucking go on. You know, it might be okay that she's, you know, a million other times gone on fucking social media or made a video about somebody going, oh, you know, I blah blah blah, or what. I'm trying to think of what to say, but like, you know, oh, I went out with this fuckboy earlier on, but that fuckboy doesn't have a following. When you go, oh, well, you know, Dolph Ziggler blew me off. Yeah, Dolph Ziggler kind of has a following, and when you piss off his fans, like, it's not gonna go well for you. She was better off just keeping quiet. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of YouTubers out there that have that. They have their little minion army. They'll go get their keyboard warrior helmets on and go nuts.
Oh, there's plenty of those people out there. Plenty. Keemstar's one of them.
Yeah.
You know, fucking Keemstar.
The problem with Keem is that he doesn't give a crap about when people make fun of him. He embraces it. If anything, he made shirts about the memes that people make about him.
Well, I love it when people come into my chat and like start making fun of me, and it's like, dude, I've been doing this for a while. My skin's a little thicker than that. You better fucking up your game, homie, because that was soft. You know,
because everyone calls Keem no the gnome or gnome star. That's like what
Oh,
everyone
but
calls them.
oh man, I don't know what Mish is doing right now. Otherwise, I'd bring him into the call. But he said Dolph likes thick blondes. Amy Schumer, Sunny, supposedly, and this girl. Dude, tell me if I'm wrong. This girl looks exactly like Sunny does now, and she may have just as many STDs. Now, Sunny's STDs have STDs. Do you remember Sunny from back in the day?
I'd have to look her up just so I can make sure.
Hold on. I'll screen share with you real quick. Sunny.
Oh no, yeah, I'm looking at pictures. Yeah, I can see.
Yeah. Does she not look Tammy Lynn Sitch? Mouth-watering. Oh, God. She is such just a whore. It's so bad. Well, she does like the webcam show now. I told
Sonny was with fuck, what was the tag called? Road Warriors, wasn't
she was I believe she was with them for a while now. But yeah, this chick looks just like fucking Sunny. Like, look at that picture right there, right? Do I still have it up on my Twitter? I don't. Damn it. But it's just like, holy shit, she's Sunny. But Sunny wears less makeup. At least now she does. But I keep telling Kevin, I'm like, dude, you know what we need to do? We need to pay whatever it is Sunny, because she does the Skype webcam horror show. None of these are her.
I think it didn't come up because isn't her name spelled Sonny?
I don't know. It's Tammy Lynn Sitch, Synch, but
Because all I had to do was do Sunny Sonny WWE, and then it pulled up all of her images.
But like it's Sunny. I look at her and I'm like, oh my god. But I keep telling Kevin we need to pay whatever it is Sunny's asking and get her on the show.
You've actually talked to her?
Sunny?
Yeah.
Dude, all you gotta do, just go on her Twitter. She does these. You can email her for a fucking Skype time, and she'll take her clothes off in front of you.
What?
Yeah, dude, that's what she's doing now. She like gets naked and stuff.
So she used to be a WWE wrestler, now she's a cam whore.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
That's not abnormal in the WWE world.
It's
look at all
pretty
the
common period nowadays.
Look at all the fucking oh, okay. I'm gonna bring him in, if you don't mind. Add people to this call. I have to find him.
The thing is that being cam whoring just seems to be a very common job now. I mean, look at Clara Babylegs. I think that was kind of obvious about it.
I didn't know Clara Babylegs was doing it. I just sent him a call and he didn't respond. Unless he did.
Oh yeah, he just said I'm up.
Yeah, he said I'm up on Skype.
You liar!
No, I'm sure he is here. Let me find him. Maybe we just had a miscommunication, or not a miscommunication, but add to group call. Hey, look, there's a button for that. You know me in Skype. Nope, never mind. Okay, maybe he's not. Maybe I'm wrong.
Unless you're breaking.
Oh, didn't Dolph also date Dana Brooke? That was the rumor. That was the rumor that he was dating Dana Brooke. But he does like his thick blondes. I mean, this girl's crazy, dude. I don't know if it'll let him in. Am I doing something wrong? Did I break it again?
No, you should be fine.
Hold on a second. Let's
say if I had him at it, I would bring him in.
Let's do this. Maybe something's fucked up. Give me 1 second. All right, so we're gonna drop Chris here for a second. There we go. And we're gonna see if we can't do this for a little bit.
Hey, what's going on?
There we go. And then I'm gonna bring Chris back in because Skype's a bastard. Well, I paid for the Skype number, right?
Yeah.
And it doesn't work.
Oh,
Right?
you gotta do that renaming of that DLL file.
I did.
So it seems like you unbroke it then.
Well, kind of unbroke it. I don't know what I did. And there's a I don't know if you saw it in here now, Mish, too, with the new settings for Skype. There is a share audio setting.
Right.
So
I don't have that because I don't have the DLL.
Oh, well,
So
fair enough.
I know it's there. I've seen pictures.
I've seen pictures, so it must be true, right?
Yeah. So what's going on, boys? How you doing?
Just talking about Trish Paytas.
Yeah.
And I just now noticed how long me and Wookie were on the call.
Yeah, it's okay. It's YouTube. YouTube loves long videos.
I was gonna say that's what happens when we just decide to rant.
Yeah.
When
Dolph
we get distracted.
Yeah.
Dolph loves his thick women, doesn't he? His thick blondes.
Well, tell me she doesn't look just like Sunny.
No, dude, you're dead on.
I was just like, it's Sunny. Like, holy shit.
If she's this, the problem is if she's this obsessed with Dolph Ziggler, maybe she made herself look like that on purpose to get his attention or something.
I don't know about that. I think that she just happens to be that way. Like, I don't know much about her past, but like all these girls, Amy Schumer, Dana Brooke, like all these girls, like in the business, outside of the business, doesn't really matter. He's got a type. That's his type. I think he likes the plastic a little bit because all those girls have like Botox injections and stuff like that, and the real thick lips, So he's totally on board with any kind of enhancements. But he likes the thick blonde,
Which is so sad because I could see him doing so much better.
right?
It's just like, Sunny, really? You're head and heels above that.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah.
did you see her most recent video?
After the bashing of Dolph?
Yeah, the one that WWE fans suck.
Oh, did you know?
She made another one because I guess people were threatening her on Instagram.
She was getting death threats and shit.
Somebody threatened, I guess, to pour acid in her face.
Oh my! Oh wow! Really?
I mean, it stepped over the line, as wrestling fans do.
Right.
But I'm like, okay, that might be a little over. That might have crossed a boundary.
But here's the problem, though. If you take threats like that seriously from keyboard warriors on the internet, like you'd be afraid for your life all the time.
I am. I'm terrified. You see the kind of chat that goes on in my chat.
Do you really think somebody would go out of their way to come hunt you down, Wookie?
There's weird people out there. Dude.
Yeah, man. Let me step in for that one. There are absolutely some really weird people.
Oh, dude. What's his name? OMT, brother. He makes a good. I didn't realize that was her. The one that did, was it like 50 layers of fake cum?
Was that the same girl?
That's what he's saying, yeah.
Oh my God. She was the one who did the 100 layers of cum on her face.
She's classy, guys.
She's a very classy girl.
That's the word we're going with.
Well, again, we go with the that makes you wonder about Dana Brooke now. Because you were talking about he's got a type.
Oh, dude, I don't doubt that she's a little piggy in the sack.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say she's he likes him a little trashy too.
Yeah, Amy Schumer's clearly trashy, even the way she talks about herself, man. She's into some fucking kink.
But I just liked it in that last video. She's like, I just cleaned my vagina. I'm very particular on who and what I put in there after.
Take a fucking vacuum to it. I mean,
hey, that's scrub that shit out really good.
I just cleaned it. I'm like, so when it's not clean, are you like more sloppy with it? Like you'll just let anybody in there?
Picking up socks in my vagina, and then I was like, oh, Dolph blew me off.
Oh, well, what's so funny is that she blew off another guy, a guy she was going on a date with, to go see Dolph.
Yeah, I know.
And then she got angry about it. It's like, you can't be angry about that shit. You can't do that.
But I mean, he did the right thing. I mean, as a guy, he told her, look, let's reschedule. Like we don't know as performers on his level to what kind of schedule he has, but the fact that he even made the stride towards saying, hey, what are you doing tomorrow? I'll make it up to you, yada, yada, we'll hang out.
Right.
Then she goes on this just meltdown. I mean, she's irrational. She's not logical. She's kind of a bitch. So, I mean, kind of the backlash that's happening to her. I mean, without the people throwing acid in her face kind of threats. But for the most part, she deserves what she gets. I mean, come on, she's clearly a cam whore. I mean, 100 layers of cum on your face, really? That's what we wanted to see in a YouTube video. This girl, you guys were talking about earlier, I didn't even know she was fucking dog toys.
No,
Dear
that's a
Lord.
different girl.
Oh,
That's
Whitney,
a girl called
Wisconsin.
Whitney, Wisconsin, where she does like she's like why she her first video ever on YouTube was why girls should have sex with dogs.
oh, why?
The dog fucker.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about dog toys.
No,
Oh,
she
well-
wants to make a line of dog sex toys. This Whitney, Wisconsin girl.
What the fuck,
The
man?
Wookiee, you just got called out by Luke.
Yeah, I did threaten to go over 4,000 miles to beat your ass. It's okay. I don't mean it. So I say a lot of things. That's all I'm saying.
It's when he actually buys the ticket that you should worry.
Yeah, so when all of a sudden on Twitter you see ticket to Birmingham, then worry because now I'm coming to get your ass. Her vagina smells like a barn, she says. Who would admit that? I don't believe that one.
Ugh.
This is
I
the
don't-
girl that did 100 layers of cums.
Yeah. Well, you know,
Just
you were
weird.
talking, she sounds irrational. And I'm
Right.
like, isn't that all women?
Well, I
Not,
wanna
not
throw
all.
out a misogynistic softball there, Wookie. But yeah, sure, go ahead.
I'm just saying, like I don't mean to
Don't
be
say that-
mean,
Say that too loud, man.
but I've been married 10 years now and you know, been
I know,
through
I
3
feel ya.
children. And
Right.
I just said, no, it's 12 o'clock. I don't want to go to McDonald's for you. And I got, you don't love me anymore. And then she ran away. So what the hell?
Well, I just remember it was just last week where she wanted you to go to the gas station just to get her soda.
Yeah, at fucking 11:30 at night.
That's what they do.
I mean, she is pregnant, so I'm going to give her a little bit of slack, you know. That's what happens when you're pregnant, I guess. Or so I'm told.
Need sodas at midnight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I just I've said it so many times. I don't know. I just work here.
Sure.
Yeah, just smile and nod your head.
I just work here. That's gonna be Jinder's new line for after he wins. Thank you. Come again.
Oh man.
Hey, go, come again.
IT support. Yeah, I don't. Schumer said that her her vagina smelled like a barn.
Oh yeah. I think she said that on her latest special too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I remember that.
I don't really
But
watch.
she's a comedian though.
Right.
So she's just saying that to get laughs.
You and I just had this
I'm gonna do this-
conversation, Mr. Chris. I mean, how do you know that Kathy Griffith didn't hold up the head just for laughs?
She's Kathy fucking Griffin. That's
Yeah.
why.
Griffith.
No, it's Griffin. I fucked up.
It is Griffin?
Dude, what the hell?
Is it
Are
Griffin?
you misinforming people?
I totally fucked up. I kept saying her name isn't like Peter Griffin, is it?
Dude, I didn't know. I've been pronouncing it Griffith for years.
Seriously?
Yes, dude. I thought she was
Have
like
you
part of
never
fucking
seen her-
Opie's family or something.
Have you never seen her name on screen, on a screen or paper?
I totally blanked too, man. Don't feel
No,
bad.
no,
That
I've
was-
never. Why would I look? She's a D-list actress. Why would I look for her name?
I'm just saying, like, you've never seen her name on the internet anywhere, even just randomly, and see that it was Griffin.
No.
You know, like the Family Guy fuckers. That kind of Griffin.
But
Yeah,
who
no.
talks about Kathy Griffin other than the current situation? Like, I don't even remember the last time she came up in just casual conversation.
Except
And
for
and
now.
I'm just talking about with me, like even with talking about with Joey and stuff like that, or even at home. I don't remember the last time her name was even brought up just in casual conversation.
Yeah, I'll agree. I mean, there was only one time, like several years ago, that I tried to watch one of her specials, and I couldn't even get through it just because she got awful. But yeah, I agree. That's why she probably did it, was to get her fucking name in more people's.
Yeah. I was actually a little pissed off at Joe Rogan about that because Joe Rogan is really pissed off at Kathy for this.
For doing the photo shoot?
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, you're a comedian. You're not just a comedian. You're an iconic talk show host and a comedian. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, if anybody should be like proactive for free speech, whether it's good or bad, that's irrelevant. How
Right.
people view this is irrelevant, and that's the problem. It's the fact that people want to stop it from happening at all. That's the problem.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I heard you and Don Tony talking about it, but for me, it's like, just if you didn't like it, scroll.
Right.
Scroll bar. Just go away from it. You know, yes, you're allowed. Me and Chris were talking about this earlier. Yes, you're allowed to be offended, but you don't need the Million Man March to be offended.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, be
But
offended.
like I also said, in this generation, people they're just looking for things to be offended by.
Oh, yeah. Oh, victims get paid, man. Of course.
Yeah.
Well, they're just looking for that little bit of fame because you know you're gonna go viral when you get all offended and
Well,
somebody's
but
making
see,
you go viral.
here's the deal, though. Okay, here's the deal. I have a son with autism. I do get offended a lot, but you don't see me up in arms on Twitter about it.
Right.
You don't see me up in arms. Now, the only time I've ever done a video about it, ever, was when it was a multi-million-dollar corporation that asked me to do something that I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? That's a joke. They asked us to leave a movie because my son was having a hard time calming down. And it's a kid's movie at fucking 10:30 in the morning. You know what I mean? Like, there's plenty of other kids making noise, too. That's the only time I've ever done something like
Well,
that.
that's just fucking ridiculous.
But, I mean, I'm offended all the fucking time. I have a son with autism. You want to know how many times the word retarded gets thrown around in a day?
Right.
I could tell you. But you don't, like I said, you don't see me making videos on it. You don't see me bitching.
I look at corporations differently, though. Corporations are liable for stupid mistakes. I really do believe that. I'm very much anti the rich, anti the man. You know, if a corporation fucks up on the level of trying to throw you out because your son is autistic, you know, yes, you absolutely have the right to get offended, and even the right for maybe even some sort of you know,
little something on the side.
Scratch. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, because that's just fucking ridiculous. But as individuals citizens in this country, I should say, I'm not speaking for the world, but at least here in the U.S., I think taking away the ability to say whatever we want under the guise of it offends most people, therefore your freedom of speech doesn't matter, I think it's just fucked up and wrong.
Right.
People have the right to be offended. I mean, I don't know why we can't be offended anymore. It's like, oh, I'm offended. I shouldn't be that way. Let's stop the ability of you talking.
Well, because we've started to I don't want to say, not assimilate's the wrong word, but we've started to associate offense with safe spaces, which most people think is ridiculous. You know what I mean? Safe space. When I went to college, there were no safe spaces. You know, so we've started to now coordinate this offense with other things that we don't agree with.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like I can't be offended because I'm not one of those safe space liberals.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's where it comes from. Whereas before it's just like, yeah, go ahead, be offended.
Right.
You know, what's the old saying? And was it Thoreau said it? I disagree with everything you say, but I will defend your right to the death to say it. Did we ever forget about that? Way to go, history.
Exactly.
Speaking of history, I was watching another channel the other day live stream some Destiny. I'm not going to call anybody out, but they were going through a little Civil War history.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no's right. The South, they were called Republicans, according to this kid. I'm like, close. They were the Confederates, but whatever.
Republicans.
Yeah, the South, they were called Republicans, right? Yeah. I'm just like, oh my God, this is what it's come down. I mean, sometimes I wonder, is this how my parents felt when I was growing up?
I think.
Do you ever get that question in your head? Like, was I this fucking stupid when I was 16?
Well, a lot of our parents were 60s kids, though, too, right? I mean, for the most part, they were adults or young teenagers in the 60s. I imagine that they were a lot more free thinking. I would say that their parents probably looked at them as a bunch of assholes. You know what I mean? Like, I think it skips a couple generations, you know? I'd like to think that the 80s and 90s kids were not as horrible as we'd like to look at the 2000s kids and up, you know? And that's not a direct shot, but it's because of the lax set of rules that are applied. I mean, gosh, dude.
See,
You
but
can't-
I look at my kids now,
Right.
and I'm like, I grew up in the 90s, right? I was, God, let's see. I was born in 87, so I grew up in, I grew up in the 90s. So I'm technically a 90s kid.
Right.
I look at my kids now and I'm like, neither of you would have survived the 90s.
Oh,
Like,
I say that all the time to my younger brother too.
like
so.
neither of you would have survived. My mom would have beat the fucking piss out of me so hard when we got home, and somehow you walked away with McDonald's. I don't know how it happened.
that's something that has stopped. There are no more disciplining of your children.
Because you
It doesn't
can't.
exist anymore.
You can't.
You can't because people are so quick to call CPS.
In a
It's not
heartbeat.
just that though, because it's overblown. I mean, one crack on the bottom, and they make it sound like you've been beating the hell out of your children for years, you know. And you look back at the earlier days. You look back at the '60s, the '70s, the '80s, the '90s. Kids got hit with switches and paddles, and
Oh hell yeah! I was getting fucking hit with hangers and belts,
Whatever
and
was
fucking
handy at the
electrical
time.
cords. I was hit with it. I still remember my father hit me on the ass with the electrical cable from the vacuum,
wow,
just
man.
because of the fact that it was in hand. It was in
fucking arm's reach.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
could you imagine doing that to a kid in 2007?
Hell yeah!
Oh no.
Kids in this fucking generation need it.
Well,
Maybe not to the extent that I got, but they need their asses beat, man.
Well,
Like,
it's not what they need, but could you imagine some kid getting that? Is what he's saying.
not maybe. Yeah, well, not as bad as I do, but they still need their asses fucking
Well,
beat.
sure. Everybody needs an ass whooping every now and again. You know, it's like my favorite Eddie Griffin. Is he Griffin or Griffith?
I don't know.
You got him doubting himself now.
Well, yeah, it is Eddie Griffin. You know, what was his line? He's like, you grew up thinking you were Billy Badass until you met Billy Badass, and then you found out I'm good at math. Like that's the way it needs to be. And I saw your post on Facebook, Mish, where you're like, you know, what is it? Pain is necessary.
Oh yeah.
Pain is necessary. I didn't learn not to touch the stove by a series of well thought out arguments. It's like,
Right.
but it's true, because my wife is always so quick to bat the kids away from something that's gonna hurt them, and I'm like, let them do it.
Oh, wait. Just to go with that, there's a comedian called Christopher Titus. I don't know if either of you guys know who he is.
I've heard of Christopher Titus.
The
yeah.
fact that you said it just like that makes me remember his comedy, because he was like, you know how the mom's like, smack that hand right there. No, that's bad. But as face the dad, they said, no, wait. Well, go ahead. And then he goes, and you see the lights flicker.
Yeah.
Not gonna do that again now, are you?
Right.
But he learned a life lesson. See, there it is.
Exactly.
You don't want your kids to die. It's not like you're going to say, all right, go ahead and sleep in the oven tonight. You know,
Yeah.
There's a level where the parenting steps in, but there's also a point at which you have to at least allow people to make mistakes.
You gotta allow them to make mistakes and learn, because nobody learns anymore.
That was my father, because you want to know what my introduction to why heat is not good for human flesh? Because I decided to be Curious George and put my hand on the stove after my dad was done using it. And then I bawled my eyes out for the whole damn day. And my dad kept saying, well, are you going to do it again? No.
Well, was your dad there to, like, you know, put some fucking ointment on your hands or something like that?
But yeah, he still.
That's the point. He's not there to stop you from doing the stupid shit.
He's
there
there
go,
to help.
"All right, here's a bandage and a beer. Shut the fuck up. You'll be all right."
Yeah, he still took care of my hand and shit, but he kept giving me a hard time. He's like, well, you going to do that again?
Of course.
It hurts. He goes, good. Now you learned something.
Now you won't be doing that again, now will you? No.
That's the problem. Is that's how parents need to teach their kids. Granted, like you guys are saying, like there's common sense where you need to actually freaking
But
step
this
in.
is where we fail a lot of with it nowadays. There is no common sense anymore. Dude, you want to know what the hottest selling toy right now is? A fucking ball bearing.
Yes.
That's your hottest selling toy right now.
I just bought 3 of them.
I have a million of them.
Oh shit.
All the fidget spinners.
Fucking
Yeah.
fidget spinners is your hottest selling fucking a ball bearing. Kids are like, I've never seen this before.
This is the greatest invention ever.
But it's been around for fucking years.
Yeah.
I mean, at least my age had a fucking Tamagotchi, which was the dumbest thing ever.
I loved those things too.
I
And
heard
in
they were
the
making a
80s.
comeback.
Don't
Yeah.
talk. You want to know what the stupidest toy back then was stupid fur babies.
Oh, Furbies, yeah.
God, those things were so annoying.
Well, the 80s, the big fidget spinner was the Rubik's Cube.
Dude, those,
But that was a puzzle.
those
yeah,
for
it was. It was a fidget spinner. You had to keep playing with it in order to get it right.
Right.
You know?
But I mean, that was a puzzle. That was challenging. What's challenging about a fidget spinner? It spins.
I still remember when I was a kid, like the Furby pissed off my dad so damn much he threw it against a brick wall.
I never wanted a Furby.
The only reason why that pissed him off, because if you guys remember the first generation Furbies, they had the motion sensor, and there was no way unless you just turn it all the way off. That as soon as you stepped within eyesight of the damn thing,
Furbies were nothing but second-rate Teddy Ruxpins, man.
Okay, well, hold on. Okay, you're gonna explain it. Now I gotta know what this is. I'm like, what's a Teddy Ruxpin?
Teddy Ruxpin is just like a Furby, except Furbies talk to you in some kind of gibberish. But Teddy Ruxpins, they had eyes and stuff like that. They would blink, and you'd put cassette tapes in the back of them.
Oh, I had one of those, except mine were Big Bird and Cookie Monster.
Yeah, basically the same thing. Yeah, and he would talk, and he would read you a bedtime story.
Yeah.
There was they upgraded him at one point. I think he could interact with you if you said, "Hey, Teddy," and he'd be like, "Hello."
Yeah, I had a Big Bird and Cookie Monster that you'd put the cassette tape. I still have them, actually, believe it or not. But you put the cassette tape, and it reads you a book, and then you could connect them together with the 3.5 millimeter jack.
Wookie, your cam went out.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if it was intentional.
Yes, I had a little problem behind me with the little girl that had to get taken care of, and she was
just didn't want to look at you guys anymore.
No. I know the cam went out. I needed to take care of a boo boo.
I mean, we've always had stupid toys over the years. I mean, even our parents had the pet rock.
Oh,
they
God.
literally had a rock that they dressed.
Everyone also had imaginary friends back then, and you weren't insane to have an imaginary friend back then.
Yeah.
Well, now people think you're talking to ghosts.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Now if your kid has an imaginary friend, my house is haunted.
No, the problem is if they also think talking to an imaginary friend must be retarded, kind of
or insane, or
psychotic.
There's something wrong with them. We need to go take them to their therapist.
My God, she needs medication. She's seeing things. She's hearing voices in her head. God, now I sound like Randy Orton's theme song now.
20 years ago, we just threw pills at everybody. Everybody was on Ritalin. Everybody was on Zoloft.
Don't even get me started about Ritalin, because I can rant for a solid hour about that crap. All right.
Oh, you had to deal with the Ritalin days?
Any fucking parent that puts their child on Ritalin needs to get hit.
Now, easy
Every
there.
parent was doing it.
Easy there.
And also, it depends on what's wrong with the kid, too, because Ritalin fucked me up. I got, it made me so I was extremely, I would get extremely, I'm trying to think of the best way to word it. I was so easy to set off. It would not take much to get me set off and pissed off. The problem is,
it's fault. The doctors.
Right.
Bro, 15 years later, I still have these anger problems. 15 years later. Granted, it's not as bad.
Maybe you always had the anger problems.
No, I was, my mom will tell you to your face, I was perfectly fine before the Ritalin. That's part of the reason she took me off. But shut the fuck up. Don't laugh at me.
He was all right before the Ritalin. Throw some Ritalin at him.
Yeah.
Fuck you both.
He's doing just fine. Let's give him some drugs.
But the main problem with Ritalin is it made me extremely, extremely skinny. I had no appetite.
So why did they put you on the Ritalin, though?
Because I have ADHD, and the doctor...
Oh, okay, so you had ADHD, okay.
And they thought it would help, and it had the opposite reaction.
Because Jamie is on... He's not on Ritalin. He's on the other one.
Adderall?
Adderall. He's on Adderall. But, I mean, he needs it. You know what I mean? If he does not... You can tell the difference. When it comes down to a safety problem, when it comes down to, I'm going to escape from the window... to go run around the courtyard naked, or hey, here's some Adderall. Don't do that. It was kind of a safety thing because his mind obviously works in different ways, and when you can,
you'd like to believe that the science and the procedures that go behind giving these children these drugs, because in 2017, we all have a real strong idea of what the fallout is from abuse and from prolonged duration of these drugs. But you would think that at this point in 2017, when it was kind of still new in the 80s and 90s with the Ritalin and the Zoloft and everything else like that, and what was it, Prozac?
Mm-hmm.
Is it Prozac or something else?
Prozac, yeah.
You know, you would think that now the doctors are a little less quacky. You know what I mean? You'd like to think that the technology has started to catch up, and we don't just throw them at anybody like candy anymore. You know? So.
I mean, no, it's. I think you're right on that one. I would like to think that, but I thought it was funny when Chris said that he got angry, because that's what happened to my son. That's what happened to Jay. You know, he would get extraordinarily violent,
Right.
And then all of a sudden it was like, I don't think these are working out, and then they wanted to put him on another drug and another drug and another drug and another drug, and it was like, all right, well, how about we find just maybe like 2. That we instead of 15, because he's not 80,
Right.
with collapsing, he's not a diabetic and all this shit. So how about we just settle on a couple? And me and the wife always made the whole thing like, if we felt like we were losing him too much, we needed to stop it,
Right.
because we weren't going to lose our little boy over this. But then when it came down to
have you noticed any major changes? I mean, besides the safety issues, but I mean, have you ever noticed any major changes?
He's a lot more calm and focused. So,
Okay.
I mean, it is doing what it's supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, he is a lot more calm and focused. And, like, if he did not have it, giving him a direction doesn't happen. You know what I mean? Like, he's not willing to take direction. He's in a constant state of bouncing around, or stimming, or whatever he needs to do to kind of get himself to wherever he needs to be. Whereas with the Adderall, he is a lot more, hey, I can go, hey, Jamie, look at me, and I can give him a direction, and he will do it.
Right.
So it's much different, and that could be a part of the.
But that's good. That means you probably have the correct dosage for him.
Right, and we were very concerned about it, obviously, going into it. Super concerned.
Good.
Because, we were like, oh, man, they just dropped the Adderall on us.
Any personality-altering drugs, to be giving that to a child is obviously, parental fucking spidey senses are going off at that point.
Well,
Easy.
absolutely, because first it was sleep. He doesn't sleep, and that's where we started with all of this. Right. He don't sleep. He don't ever sleep. When is the boy going to go to bed? He gets 2 hours of sleep a night. He wakes up, and I thought, well, that's just how kids are for the longest time, until all of a sudden it's like, the kid's been up for 72 hours. What do we do? And so that's when that started, and then it was, but like I said, when they wanted to just compound drugs, I'm like, can we, you know what I mean? When I've got a fistful of bottles in my hand, and I'm like, this is insane. I'm like, he needs to be cut back off of some of these, because like he's a walking fucking pharmacy, and half of these I can go to prison for. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just be walking around with Adderall.
Walking around like X-Pac at the airport. What are you doing?
They're just yeast pills. I got a little something, honey, I need to talk to you about.
I'm glad he beat that, man. Can I say that?
No, absolutely. I'm glad he beat it too, because that was.
I'm glad.
Those were trumped up charges, obviously.
I got some feedback. They're like, no, he fell off the wagon. He once a junkie, always a junkie. And I'm like, nah, man. I really think that if you really are, and especially the amount of shit that he took in his life, if he was back on it, I think he would be embarrassed. He wouldn't be on Twitter and Instagram going, I didn't do shit.
Well, and you would know, too, is the thing.
Right.
You would absolutely know, because, like, here's another thing. Some of you guys know this. I don't know how many are still sticking around, but my mom was a bad addict. Pills, the whole nine. Pills, whatever. Pills, pipe, alcohol, whatever was laying around. And bad, until the end of her life, which is funny because she didn't die until she got herself clean. And then she passed away.
Huh.
It was like, well, I was like, go figure. It's probably the drugs were holding her together. But, it wasn't until she got clean that she passed. But it was just like, you would know. You could tell. You can absolutely 100% tell when somebody is clean and when somebody is not. It's just,
Well, it's a whole. It's more than just personality altering. I mean, it alters everything physically.
Right,
They
you can
change.
tell by their physicality, you can tell by their speech, eyes, everything is different. So,
And
I-
he didn't strike me, when I was reading his tweets and shit like that. Just that mentality didn't strike me as a man who's back off the wagon.
mhm.
Now we all know he smokes a little Buddha,
Well,
and I
whatever.
understand. I'm like, I don't even look at that as a drug. Once
I
again,
don't-
in 2017, it's not a drug,
I was gonna say I don't think anybody does anymore.
right? I mean, maybe there's some old grandpas out there that are like fucking weed. It's like whatever,
It's a
dude.
gateway drug.
If
No,
anything, it's
Grandpa, let me Google this for you.
right, right. If anything, it's probably the thing that's keeping him calm and keeping him away from the hard shit.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, yeast pills. Like, who would have thunk it?
Well, I mean, meth yeast pills. I've looked at a yeast pill. I've seen a yeast pill before.
I've never seen it.
never seen a meth pill, or what was it? It was supposed to be meth capsules,
meth
right?
Pills. Yeah, yeah.
Never seen a meth capsule before,
Yeah,
but I'm pretty sure they're probably pretty distinct.
right. I don't know, man. That's what the dog sniffed up. So,
Well,
maybe-
I mean, they're trained to sniff anything.
right.
That's the whole thing. They're trained to sniff whatever. They're
If
trained.
anything, they probably smelled the weed.
I was gonna say they probably found the weed, and then all of a sudden we're like, oh, hey, look, what are these?
right, right.
Yeast pills. Oh, so you say they're meth? No, no, they're.
This is
And what's
this is-
crazy is I've never heard of meth pills. I'm like, meth pills? Fuck are meth pills? Those exist?
We found a half a kilo of red cocaine. That's Kool-Aid.
Red cocaine. What's red cocaine? That would have been my first question. What's red cocaine? Because I was just like, what are meth pills? I was like, aren't those little crystal-looking fuckers?
Right.
I've never seen meth in my life. That's why when the story came out about the kid finding
don't
meth
see
in
it
his
as
video
liquid.
game, I'm like, I would have eaten it. Fucking Pop Rocks, dude. Your lucky day. Go get them.
I've only really seen it as liquid. I've seen it smoked. I've seen people freeze it and scrape it and stuff like that. But I've always seen it as liquid. I've never really seen it put into a pill form. I mean, I'm sure it can be done.
Who knows?
Doubting the science behind it. I'm sure if there's a will, there's a way. But I just didn't think that. I was glad that he got off.
Yeah, I
This is
was
like
too.
one of the bigger things. I was really happy this week because some weird news coming out. Obviously Caitlyn busting out the toys on herself
Oh.
and stuff like that.
Is anybody surprised about these anymore, though?
No,
It's like
no.
it's another week, another leak. That's pretty much what it is.
Don't store shit in the cloud, folks. That's the lesson.
Well, I mean, see, that's the thing. It's 2017. Who the fuck keeps anything on the cloud nowadays?
Everybody,
I
because
know.
everybody gets complacent, man. They're like, oh, nobody's gonna look through my shit. Yeah, well,
Not mine. Even though
Right.
it's stored with all these other fucking things that, I came here for bank records, but I found all these nudes. What am I going to do?
yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, it just is what it is. I didn't find anything really too high or low this week. I had a decent week. Work was fucking hell. That was about it. Doing research on new audio equipment. I got my new mic.
Nice.
I just need.
Yeah, how is it? You like it?
I like it. I love it. I'm a big fan. Big fan. It took me a while to get used to it and to fuck with it on the board. That's what threw me for a loop because as soon as I got it, I plugged it in. I'm like, I was like a kid on Christmas. My mic's here.
Right,
I got the phone call. Or actually, I got the email. So I immediately call. Did you get my microphone? Yes. Yes. Well, no, my wife fucked with me for about half an hour first. What microphone? It says you signed for my microphone. It's a Black Road Podcaster. And she's just like, I didn't sign for any microphone. I'm
There's
like,
a little yellow Fisher Price toy in here. Is that
Yeah.
what you're talking about?
I would have been so pissed. I'd be like, what the fuck? But no, yeah, it came, and I was like, oh yeah, and I got to buy a new. Well, no, this mic arm's working. I'll ride this one till it dies, and then. But I'm fucking with it on the mixing board. I was like, because it's dynamic as opposed to a cardioid, and just fucking with it. And I'm like, I got that hissing back and all that shit. I'm like, son of a bitch, I just got rid of that. And not, and all of a sudden,
Round, place a little rubber mat under it. I always do this for mine.
you place a little rubber mat.
Yeah, just a little. You know those kitchen mats you can go to the dollar store.
Mm-hmm.
They have like mini kitchen mats. You can buy one of those for $1, throw it on there. I have mine now on a wood desk,
Okay.
so nothing
Mine
goes
is on a wood desk.
Oh, then you should be good.
Yeah, but there is no grounding plug.
You just have to like ground it to something metal on the actual board. It'll work the same way to a point. Usually there's a grounding wire in the back. If there's not, I don't know. I've always just kind
Yeah, the
of
power supply is a 2-prong plug, but then I'm looking it up, and then
stick it on the power supply. Dear Lord, man,
what's that?
don't ground it to the power supply.
No, the power supply isn't grounded. That's what I was saying. When you were asking me if the power supply was grounded, I'm like, no. It's in it. It's in a grounded. It's in a grounded power strip.
Oh, then you're okay.
But other than that, no, it doesn't. It doesn't have the 3-prong GFC, and I'm like, no, it doesn't.
As long as it's in the grounded power supply,
Yeah. So like, just fucking with the settings and the gain and then the levels. Like, I finally found something that worked.
Right.
Where I don't hear that hiss anymore.
Yeah.
But I even bought. You can't see it, but I bought one of these little ground lifters. I'll show it to everybody out there. This little ground lift thing. It's supposed to do, it's supposed to take out that hiss and buzz and cracks and pops and whatever. And it did. And I don't know if it didn't work or what, but
I've seen a couple of those that they attach directly to the line itself. I used to sell them back in the day when I worked at Radio Shack. Yeah, something like that.
yeah. And I bought one of those. It was like $10 or whatever, and
it's not bad. They got them all the way up to like $400, man.
Oh, I'm sure they do. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. Because you can spend whatever you want, pretty much.
Yeah, though, as long as they're willing to.
As long as you're willing to buy it,
right?
We're willing to make it, pretty much nowadays.
Yeah,
so
man,
I bought too much shit, and I was looking at this Magnatune, by the way, and
yeah, when I'm thinking about buying it. Like me and DT have been talking.
Well,
so,
I got a question for you. So you guys don't have because I'm new to the actual podcasting world. I've been doing it on YouTube for a while.
Yeah.
But I've never done it, because now we're on Spreaker, and that's where I've been throwing a lot of the shit over there.
Yeah.
You guys don't get partnered.
Not just Walk Culture, but I just got pinged too.
Pinged for what?
On iHeartRadio. We're on iHeartRadio, which is based through, I believe, NBC.
Okay, I didn't know you guys were on iHeartRadio, but
yeah, well, we were on iHeartRadio for about a month, and I played on Thursday. I played "Everybody Wants to Rule the World" by Tears for Fears.
Is that up now?
Or I played "Shout," one of the two. Yeah, it's up.
Oh, okay. I didn't see it.
I know. I was
on Friday, because that's my Friday. I don't listen. I sometimes listen to you guys live, but a lot of the times I'm like, well, what the fuck am I going to listen to on Friday now?
Right.
Because I listen to you guys while I work.
I had some shit to do and I was being a lazy fuck, so
it was what it was. I was like, no soup. I was like, I'll turn on Jericho.
But like Spreaker's hitting me up on the app and everything else like that. They're like, you're on iHeartRadio this week. And I go on there and it was pulled. And I'm like, fuck, I know exactly why.
Did it get hit with a copyright claim?
They didn't hit me with anything. They just pulled the episode.
Because of the copyrighted music.
Mm-hmm. But the other episodes were just fine. There was no problem because we were using the Magnatune stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I didn't know if because you don't get partnered through like a MCN or anything, right? You're just kind of like on your own.
Yeah, totally pretty much a 2-man operation.
Yeah, because like a partner, like, because I go through a multi-channel network called Freedom.
Yeah.
And then I get access to all this different music and, a whole bunch of stuff.
Right.
And they get, like $1 from me a month or whatever,
See, I would just rather buy the music. That's why I like Magnatune. And this was the one thing that I wanted to say. If you go to their website and you read off, if you take the time to look through their rules and regulations, they have something specific for podcasters that if you're a non-commercial podcaster, you have freedom to use all of their music. Complete for free. They do not charge non-commercial podcasters at all. Matter of fact, they're very pro bono for podcasters.
Okay.
So it's like, their big spiel is we are not evil. You know, and it's like I'm trying to get them a little business. I'm trying to show people that there are ways for you to go out there and have professional sounding music without worrying about somebody hitting you 6 months down the road saying, "Hey, you owe us a shit ton of money," you know? Because I mean, that's obviously, look at YouTube right now. YouTube is killing everyone.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So
I was just podcast legal, non-commercial podcasts. I would guess that'd be me. I'm guessing that means podcasts that don't have commercials.
yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Can use all the music for free. No copyright protection, DRM, so you can do what you want with your music.
Yeah. I mean, you can have a
Nice.
Patreon and stuff like that. That's not commercial.
Right.
People have asked me that before, so I'm like, no, you can totally have it. And I'm planning on getting it for. And the cool thing is if you buy the license with them, you have the legal right from them to give it to 3 other people. So one license, I think, is $300, but that license extends to 4 people.
So so then basically it's what, $75 a person then, pretty much?
If you wanted to do
If
it,
you wanted to do it that way.
right? Exactly.
'Cause, Kevin was talking to me. He's like, "Get with Mish," and he's like nudging me because he wanted to do because you guys have the Patreon thing, like $200 or whatever it is. Come on the show.
Oh yeah, I got to rewrite that. I think I'm gonna remove a lot of those
Oh, okay.
stipulations.
Well,
But
Kevin's
I mean,
like, talk to Mish, see if we could do that. And I'm like,
you're more than welcome to fucking come on the show sometime, man.
just give me a shot whenever.
Uh,
I don't do anything. I mean, I got a wife and 2 kids. I don't do anything anymore.
Right now, like the $200, the biggest thing about it is we send you like a homemade shirt.
Oh,
And
okay.
we send you a shirt. We send you a shit ton of merchandise that, like just wrestling soup stuff. Like we have the shirts. We have all the beer cozies, the buttons. There's like fucking 10 different buttons, the postcards, the posters, just all this crazy. So you pretty much get like a giant care package of our,
Let's see if I can actually sign into Patreon today. Have you been having the issue with Patreon too, where you can't sign in?
No, but I had to deal with somebody, or actually I've been having to deal with a lot of people lately that they're not getting their Patreon passwords and stuff like that. So,
I think I got mine. I have no idea.
but I have it on a month to month. Like, I don't know. What is your setup? Is yours like as soon as somebody donates, you get the money?
No, mine's month to month.
Okay, so you're like me. All right.
Yeah. Ooh.
DTKC and a few other shows are immediate. So if you donate $5,
He
you're
immediately
automatic-
gets $5.
Right. Well,
Yeah, I
see,
was a little pissed this month. I'm like, oh, DT took $10 from me, that bastard. And then I moved on with my life. But
because you donated.
I donated at the end of the month, and then I got hit with it at the beginning of the month, and I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, and he, DT is cool like that. Like if you hit him up, he'd totally refund you.
I mean, it's $5. You know what I mean? Like,
But no, some people that matters.
I
Yeah.
know, but I'm just like,
And I love those people even more because I'm like, if you're given to the point where it hurts, I mean, we love you even more. Thank you for that, but we don't want you to kill yourself. You know?
right. I mean, it is what it is. It's $5. I'm not. Could that $5 go elsewhere? Sure, but I mean,
I like a 6-inch sub from Subway.
yeah, whatever.
Is this a commercial podcast
You
now?
used to fucking get a foot long. Now you get a 6-inch. So that's the man holding you down.
Man's taking half my sandwich.
Half my sandwich. Getting taxed in sandwiches now.
Oh, shit.
It's coming. Just wait. It's coming. You're gonna...
But yeah, we run the month to month. And so what happens is Patreon, when they donate, I guess they already know who's cleared before
Yes.
it actually happens at the end of the month. So
Yes.
they let us know at the end of the month who's cleared and who hasn't cleared.
Because
But
they
Patreon's-
charge you on the 1st, but it
Right.
clears to your account on the 5th.
Right. But it clears. They charge you. They can charge you before the 1st.
Oh,
That's what I'm
I
saying.
think I got charged on the 1st.
But they let you know on the 1st when you've been charged. So
Right.
yeah, okay. In your case, maybe you were charged on the 1st, but there are people that are on our Patreon that are like, okay, like right now, I have a guy, a friend of the show. He's been a Patreon for 20 days. Well, you can't be a Patreon for 20 days if we're on a month-to-month payment schedule. So Patreon took it out on the 10th of May. See what I'm saying? So they had access to all the Patreon shows from the 10th of May till the 1st of June before I even knew that, before I can even give them the soup kitchen shit, which is all the rest of the content. So it's like I have people like, oh, we only got a little bit of the content. Where's the rest of the stuff? I'm like, you're not cleared yet.
Yeah.
Well, but they're obviously seeing all the shows and everything else like that. So there's a little bit of a breakdown on Patreon side, and it's not like they should know what the fuck I'm doing, you know? So I'm not like mad at them. But at the same time, it's like, well, if you're charging these people anyways, can you at least give me a heads
Can
up?
you give me a heads up? Yeah.
Right, something.
That seems fair.
Yeah. But I
But
mean,
they
that's
don't.
no, they don't.
No.
And it's not a problem. I still think Patreon's one of the better fund me programs out there.
You don't want to start a GoFundMe?
Oh, no, but I mean, there's GoFundMe's out there. Like, I don't want to knock it. We have friends of ours that do the Kaiju box, which is like all the Godzilla stuff like that, and they use the GoFundMe and stuff. And it's good for stuff like that, but for a podcast, yeah, I like the Patreon stuff.
I mean, I didn't know. I'm when it came down to the Patreon and the podcast and all that, I'm like, God, I feel like I'm new again, and kind of got me back into gear. You know what I mean? Because I was new to it. Because I didn't know a lot about the podcasting world. I knew about the YouTube world, but not a ton about podcasting. So I was like, I don't have to show this ugly mug all the time?
It's a
Excellent.
lot easier, man.
It is.
I give you all the props in the world. You guys, Grapple Vision, there's a lot of guys out there. I give you guys all the credit in the world to do the YouTube videos. But with the way that YouTube is cracking down on people, it's funny to say it, but podcasts are still free. I mean, we don't get hit very often.
For now.
Deal. Yeah, but you say for now, but we've been around since 2004.
Well, and I think podcasting now is just something that's taking off.
No, it's been off for a while.
I know it's been around for a long time, but like it's really just gotten big, I would say, past 3 to 5 years? Or would you say longer?
I think there's definitely a boom, but that's because terrestrial radio is dead.
Well, terrestrial radio is awful. I'm tired of listening to the same 7 songs over and over again.
It's horrible.
I mean,
and I've noticed that there's stations. There's a station in Florida. There's a station in Atlanta right now that they have sports stations. And instead of having all these like pro athletes and stuff like that come down on the station, now what they do is they just stream people's podcasts.
You know, and I was thinking about doing this. I have 2 ideas right now that I'm kind of toying around with. I'm gonna take your idea that you the Mystery Science Theater 3000 idea. I'm gonna shamefully steal that. I've already got me recorded for over an hour of chairs behind me and my head moving.
Nice.
Basically, you know, I didn't point or anything, so I'm like, that'd be a little awkward. But I think I'm going to go back and watch some of the old school shit on the network. Because I figure if I chunk it up and I call it, quote-unquote, reactions, I won't get hit with a copyright.
Right.
I'm hoping.
Yeah, there's keywords you guys have that.
Yeah, there's certain keywords where, if it's a reaction, well, YouTube won't touch it. You know what I mean? They'll kind of slowly back away from it because it's like, well, now we get into Creative Commons and, you know, you get into all that shit. And then the second thing I was thinking about is because I heard you talking about you were listening to a channel. I don't remember if it was on Mixler or where, but it was some dark rave radio stuff.
Yeah.
It was on Mixler
out of the
or whatever.
Philippines.
Yeah, out of the Philippines. And I'm like, I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, why hasn't somebody done that with wrestling music?
I don't know. Don Tony actually used to do it back in 1999.
Oh,
he used to run a wrestling radio theme show.
Okay.
And he would play it 24 hours, and he'd jump on there like a DJ. And every few hours, he would talk about some of the songs he would play. And he'd play like, I think it was like four hours, and then it would just loop for the rest of the day or two. And then he would do it again the next day. And this was back with the hotline, the 900 numbers and shit.
I was thinking about doing something. It's doing something like that, where it's, you know, hey, it's Finn Balor's music or what, you know, whatever. You know, name music here.
But you totally have to DJ it. You totally have to give some story in there. You'd have to interject some personality.
Well, you know, you do it like the morning radio show.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, do it like a morning radio show, you know, whatever. Call yourself whatever you want. And, you know, do it like a morning radio show. You know, you interject yourself in there from time to time and just play the music.
Breakfast radio hour with Wookie and the man.
See, and I'm trying to get away from Wookie because I've heard far too many people go the Wookie and then snicker. It's like, what's funny about my name?
Dude, it's totally a morning radio name.
I know. So I've
the Wookie and the Bees.
I mean, I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, because you don't think about this when you start it. I got the nickname the Wookie back in fucking high school, so I used it as my YouTube name. But it's like you don't think about that when you're starting a YouTube channel. The Wookiee sounded great. Now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, God, I sound 7.
But it's unique, though.
It
I
is
would say
unique.
that it's unique.
So I'm trying to get away from it and using my real name, but it's like terrifying all at the same time. Because, as soon as people get your name and kind of where you live,
Right.
it's like now you could be in trouble. Have you ever had anything with that where somebody found you?
Oh, yeah, I've lost a job because of our fans.
You're kidding me.
I've lost jobs. I've lost prospects. I've lost money. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, dude. That's why when you and Chris were talking about it earlier, I'm like, hold on a second. Let me tell you some horror stories about what podcast fans have done to old Mish over the years.
See,
Yeah.
do you want to tell any or?
Well, I mean, it's been talked about before.
Okay,
But,
so I just got to go dig in the archives for him.
Well, no, necessarily. We pissed off some people, things that we said, things that we did. Me specifically. And basically they took it to a whole different level. And because of their actions, they took over our Twitter. It took over our Facebook page.
So you guys have been hacked before.
Right.
Oh, that sucks.
And
Two-step verification.
the problem was I was working directly. Well, at the time I was trying to get a job with Fox Sports. The president of Chicago's branch of Fox Sports was the guy that was running one of the stations that I was interning at. And he wanted to know about Wrestling Soup and yada yada. And we were doing really well because this was at the same time we were going to the Stitcher Awards. So me and Joey were going there to rub elbows with Kevin Smith and Mark Maron and all these other motherfuckers, And all this shit goes down after that. So he's like, oh, yeah, tell me about the Stitcher Awards. I'm like, oh, we didn't win. NBC beat us out, which was true. We were literally we were the only ones that got any kind of a reaction from the crowd, which was really cool listening back to it. But NBC beat us out. And I was like, go fucking figure. The multi-billion-dollar organization kicked the shit out of us.
Squashes the little guy.
Right. Oh, boy. Surprise, surprise. And after all that shit, there was some shit that went down. And I was trying to get a decent job within Fox Sports, mainly production, production, voiceover guy, something. I wasn't looking to be an analyst or anything like that, but they saw my social media because that's what you do. That's
right.
What you do now. When you're trying to apply for a job, your credit report doesn't mean shit as much as your personal, social media accounts. That's what they go for first. And since they knew that we were Wrestling Soup and stuff like that, they went to go check out the show. And I saw these horrible things that were being said to random people that we had no control to stop. And it was a mess.
So that's when you were hacked. That wasn't you guys doing it.
No, absolutely not.
So that sucks. That really fucking blows.
See,
my biggest fear is getting swatted. You ever watch some of those swatting videos?
Yeah.
That's my biggest fear, especially with my son.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Now I obviously have stopgaps in place. You call your local law enforcement. Hey, here's a fear I have. Here's what I do. Here's a fear I have. What can I do to stop it? And they're good about it though. Hey, here's what we can do. So that was at least good because it's just like my son. He has autism. If you tell him, down on the ground or whatever, and he doesn't comply, you would hope that the cop on the other end has the brain to go, okay, he's a child.
Dude, I was 14 years old when I had a cop fucking smash my head into the cement because they thought I was older.
And that's my fear. What happens if, I get the whole fucking Menominee Falls SWAT team?
Yeah.
Because, they're kicking and raring to go. Not very much going on around here. And then all of a sudden he takes a bullet because he didn't comply with what they were saying. You know what I mean? That was a huge fear for me. But, I called them, got some stuff worked out, and it worked, Right. I've had 2 attempts on my house at this point. Just little old me, believe it or not.
God,
little 2484 Wookiee. 2 attempts on somebody tried to fucking swat me. So, it was lucky I put those in place when I did.
But the funniest thing is, it's all over your wrestling opinions, right?
I don't know. It doesn't say anything. They had said one call was saying that I had killed my family.
Oh, jeez.
And one was a threat of some sort. They didn't really. He wasn't too specific. But all of a sudden, I I have a police officer walk up to me, and I'm on the other end with the operator, and he walks up to me and goes, "Ryan," and I'm like, "Yeah," and then we talked about it. He goes, "What you doing out here?" And I'm like, "Having a fucking cigarette." How's your family doing? They're asleep. You know what I mean?
Wow.
It's fucking 1 o'clock in the morning. They're asleep. You mind if I check on them? No, I guess not. That's an awkward request, but okay.
Right.
You know, and I'm actually on the phone with the other line, and she's like, "That's Officer blah blah blah," you know, and then like they talked and like did their thing, and like after it was all smoothed out pretty quickly, but
Right.
it's still a scary prospect, I mean, guys have been swatted at the airport, and while they're grocery shopping, it's kind of scary that there's assholes like that nowadays.
No, that's fucking terrifying, dude.
That's what happens when you're 17 foot tall. We must have missed something.
Because when I was 14, I was still 6'2".
Oh Jesus!
Yeah.
And you weren't on the basketball team?
No, I was a football kid.
Oh, football kid. Yeah, I was a football kid too.
I played defensive tackle for a couple of years, and then I went over to offensive side. So
they made me play both line.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got a wide frame, and quick feet, so that pretty much was spelled offensive lineman.
Oh, I had horrible feet. I still don't. I'm not a quick guy, but I had reach, so I could constantly swat balls out of the air.
Yeah, 6'2". You're
team. Yeah.
It's just reach over, kids, because not a lot of 6'2", 15-year-olds running around out there.
That's what I had to do. Just reach over and swing at the air, and every once in a while I'd knock one away. So.
Holy shit! It's 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking shit. All right. Well, you know what? I say we get out of here.
Sure thing.
And we call it a night because I didn't realize it's 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, it's fun talking to you. Wookie.
Absolutely, yeah. And you give
Should I just say Ryan from now on? Or?
What's that?
Should I just say Ryan?
You can say Ryan from now on. I don't care. They know my name. They know my credit card information, all that good shit. So they don't. That's a joke. They don't know. But I've given them my name. I think I'm just waiting to kind of give it time to switch to Twitter and all that jazz.
So you got to get a generic name like Anthony Thomas.
Yeah, I mean, I need that. My dad. I'm not shitting you. Are you ready for this? You want to know what my dad's name is? John Jones.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
I'm like, does it get any more generic than that?
That is a beautiful name.
I was like, Jesus, I wonder how many. I mean, go Google John Jones. You'll find like 40 per state. It's just like, Jesus. Right. So, unfortunately, it is what it is. But, yeah, just let me know. You guys want me to jump on? Like I said, every Tuesday I'm hanging out. Or Thursday, I'm sorry. You guys do it on Thursdays.
Yeah, we do it Thursdays. But I mean, we can always hang out and do something on
an off day or whatever. Yeah, just shoot me a holler. You got me on Facebook and all that good shit.
I do, man.
And tell Joey to answer his Facebook.
Oh, he answers whenever the fuck he feels like.
Yeah.
He answers me.
I was like, so I've had everybody else on but you.
Yeah.
And he's like, when do you record? I'm like, you know what? To be honest with you, you're coming on. It's really whenever you want. Right. And that's the last I heard from him.
Yeah, me and him were supposed to be doing a show yesterday. So.
Yesterday as of Saturday or yesterday as of Friday?
As of Saturday.
As of Saturday because it's now Sunday. But
right.
You got any big predictions for Extreme Rules before we leave? Just real quick because I see everybody wanting to know.
We talked about it on Thursday, Friday.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah, but it was pretty generic. I mean, there's nothing really big coming out of this thing.
No.
I mean, people forget we're literally a month removed after WrestleMania. Right now, they're just throwing shit against the wall just to see what sticks. So.
Agreed. Well, thanks everybody for coming out to the chat. I don't know how many we got. Well, 7 retained. Not bad. That's not bad for this time of day, I guess. But thank you guys for coming out. Mish, thank you for coming on. Impromptu.
Much love, man.
Always fun. I'll see you over on. I'll hear you on the download. But just let me know. I'm around.
Will do. Much love.
Guys, take it easy, and we'll see you next time.